네, 커다 안녕하십니까. 2023 웨스턴 쇼다운 컬링 대회 강릉시청 대 팀 캠벨 결승전 보내드려야 되는데 지금 컬링존에 화면이 아직 송출이 되지 않고 있습니다. 그렇기 때문에 제가 일단은 기다리시는 분들이 있어서 일단 방송을 켰는데 지금 타이틀 화면을 놓고 잠깐 좀 대기 중에 있다는 점 양해의 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다. 저희도 컬링존의 화면을 받아오는 것이기 때문에 컬링존에서 키기 전까지는 저희도 화면을 볼 수가 없거든요. 양해를 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 아직 시작을 안 하고 있어가지고 경기도 좀 지연이 됐을 수도 있고요. 지금 뭐 홈페이지도 뭐 해머나 뭐 스톤 색깔도 아직 나오지 않았거든요. 지금 빨리 좀 시작이 됐으면 좋겠는데. 지금 조금은 지연이 되고 있는 것 같습니다. 지금 두 팀은 만난 적이 거의 처음인 듯 합니다. 이전 대결 전적이 지금 안 써 있어서 그러나 준결승이 생각보다 늦게 끝나서 미뤄진 걸 수도 하셨는데 그렇게 늦게 끝나진 않았던 것 같은데 그래도 일단 뭐 그럴 가능성도 있으니까 좀 지켜봐야 될 것 같습니다. 준결승 조금 아찔했는데 자 마냥 좀 기다릴 수는 없을 것 같은데 한번 보도록 하겠습니다. 지금 뭐 보시면 일단 강릉시청 같은 경우는 여기 보이시죠? 김윤영 선수와 김은지 선수를 상대로 이겨서 이 부단호를 만나서 결승까지 왔고요. 캠벨은 이렇게 후지사와 꺾고 일단 왔습니다. 후지사 이렇게 꺾고 지금 랭킹을 좀 한번 보도록 하겠습니다. 지금 김은정 선수는 11위에 랭크가 됐고 후지사와가 10위까지 떨어졌군요. 바로 여기 앞에 있고 뭐 케이틀린 로스 뭐 등등등등 있고 캠벨은 어디쯤 있을까요? 30위권이네요. 지금 32 딱 30인데 하승현 선수가 현재 17위 김은지 선수가 2위 네이치 호몬이 3위고 에이나슨이 4위 안나 아셀보리가 5위 제니펄 조스 6위 브라노는 7위입니다. 강릉시청이 지금 브라노랑 경기도 좀 잡았거든요. 캠벨은 많이 오를 수 있을 것 같아요. 왜냐면은 이 대회가 포인트가 진짜 투어 대회쯤은 굉장히 높거든요. 그랜드슬램 좀 준비하는 팀들이 많이 나와가지고 심지어 결승까지 왔기 때문에 2위를 하더라도 캠벨은 좀 많이 가져갈 거고 아마 강릉시청도 이 대회가 포인트에 좀 많은 영향을 줄 것 같습니다. 좀 기다리고 있는데 언제 시작할지 조금 더 봐야겠습니다.
Nutrient Egg Solutions Western Showdown, the largest international curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you decided to join us to watch some of the top teams from around the world participate in this event. My name is Jesse Hamonic, and I'm the Vice President and Country Head of Nutrient Egg Solutions Canada. Like farming, curling brings our communities together, and Nutrient Egg Solutions is committed to promoting the diversity of sport within the communities where we work and live. We're so grateful to the Western Showdown team for allowing us to partner with.
네, 시작을 했고 이제 경기 이제 광고 끝나면 아마 나올 겁니다. 네, 셰라님 커다 반갑습니다. 컬링도 랭킹이 중요한가요 하셨는데 결국은 그랜드슬램을 나가는 게 목표이기 때문에 팀들이 그랜드슬램에 초청을 받으려면 랭킹이 있어야 됩니다. 네, 랭킹이 있어야 되기 때문에 랭킹이 중요하죠. 후지사와 팀킴이었으면 일본 사람들 몰려와서 지금 컬링전 난리 났겠죠, 당연히.
Western Curling Showdown, as RBC is committed to working with our community to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the community in which we live. Thank you to everyone on the organizing committee for putting this great event together, and on behalf of RBC Dominion Securities, enjoy the tournament.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you.
우승하면 포인트 얼마 주나요 하셨는데 계산을 저도 해봐야 되는데 이게 뭐 좀 7.0이 걸려있기 때문에 굉장히 포인트가 높은 대회를 알고 있습니다. 좋습니다. 이제 화면이 나오는군요.
스위프트커런트 Saskatchewan. Glad you are with us. It is the women's final, the Nutrient Egg Solutions Western Showdown. Battle of unbeaten teams. It is Eunyoung Kim of Korea facing Jolene Campbell of Canada. Should be a beauty. Hans Raunlob here.
포인트는 계산하는 법이 있는데 네, 지금 말씀드리긴 좀 그렇고.
To do the semi-final involving Jolene, where she really steamrollered Satsuki Fujisawa. But a battle of the unbeaten teams. Team Kim on a roll. This one should be awesome.
아마 뭐 세나님 필두도 많은 분들은 아실 겁니다.
Team Jolene Campbell, or at least the team she was playing for, made the final last year in this event, so they must love this building. They are starting without Hammer, which is a disadvantage.
네.
Does have Hammer here in one. They're playing the Yellowstones.
지금 스톤 개수가는 좀 잘못 표기가 돼 있긴 하지만 네, 지금 옐로우가 강릉시청입니다.
Their road to the final is interesting, Sam, even though we're here in the heart of the prairies. This is only the second Canadian team that Team Kim is facing in the competition. They had an opening round win against Polly.
강릉시청 계속해서 후공을 가져가고 있고
international teams, but here in the final, head to head against Jolene Campbell. In this one, they pull because that one is heading for the guard. No tick zone.
커다 반갑습니다. 이게 진짜 스톤 개수였으면 좋겠네요 하셨는데 네, 좀 과하긴 하죠. 아, 세나님 역시 봐도 나오시는군요. 저도 계산을 좀 해봐야 되는데 아마 우승하면은 저 정도 되지 않을까 싶습니다.
So he
쏠쏠하죠?
on the lead rock very alertly saying, oh, well, it's going to crash the guard. We'll just stop the rock. That's why they stopped it.
지금 강릉시청 수지사 한 계단 차인데, 물론 후지사가 이번 대회 뭐 탑4까지 왔기 때문에.
A lot of teams might have hit it in the first end, but Team Campbell knows that they could take a big advantage here if they make this freeze.
Pretty good shot there from Rachel Erickson. Angle's not awesome.
스톤 터치를 좀 했던 것 같고,
Rocketed to international stardom.
그러면서 살짝 레드가 많아졌어요 지금.
18 in Pyeongchang. I had the pleasure of being in Pyeongchang while that was all happening, and they became national celebrities literally overnight.
Yeah, I remember watching a few viral clips of them and Jennifer Jones, and just a lot of fun to watch that Olympics for sure.
Lovely double clear. That improves the situation considerably for Team Kim.
뭐 이원재님 말씀이 맞을 수도 있고요. 우승하면 10이 가능하다고 시나님, 아 벌써 또 계산을 하셨군요.
And as we watch the tournament go,
일단 좀 정리를 했고,
not uncommon where we've got a lot of aggressive late finish early in the tournament, and as the rocks wear in, just a little bit less finish later you go over the weekend, and be interesting to see how the teams adjust. We saw both teams fighting a little bit for draw weight early in the semifinal. Let's see how it goes here.
커다 조금 늦었네요 하셨는데, 아
Yeah, they
늦지
should have a
않았죠.
pretty good grasp. They've only been off the ice for about an hour,
좀 전에 시작했습니다.
so it's like you never really got off. It's like the semifinal was a practice and you're ready to go. So I imagine they're going to be pretty strong. Both teams are going to be pretty strong with draw weight and making a lot of shots.
Cho-hee Kim,
네, 카드 제거
known as Cho-Cho,
성공했습니다.
that one off.
If that flashes and hits the red one, all of a sudden Campbell's getting one buried in the center lines.
네, 뉴욕키님 안녕하세요 해주셨고, 아 또 새벽에 본 분들이 이렇게 또 계속 봐주고 계시니까, 아 정말 감사드립니다. 아 이게 지금 저도 지금 쭉 깨 있긴 한데,
Abby Acklin lining it up.
그쵸, 1시간 자면 머리가 좀 아플 수 있어요.
Jolie Campbell looking for the force here in the first.
경기장 오디오를
Yeah, if a run back's not made, it's almost like a game of chicken.
이게
Who's gonna
해설
play
소리
the race
때문에
first?
제가 좀
Jolene on
내려놓긴
her last
했거든요.
rock could very well play a hit and roll and
해설
sink to a
소리가
good course in the first
나오다
round.
보니까 경기장 소리만 올릴 수가 없어서.
Red Yellowstones.
상대 스킵 연령이 노련해 보인다고.
Moonjung Kim. His nickname Annie. Looking for a bit of separation now. Those rocks aren't quite weld frozen, but bad angles. So if you want to score two, you're going to need to unlock them somehow.
네, 캠벨 나이가 42세 나오는군요.
I say misguard because it's not guarding the shot rock.
네.
If you can
이거 경기가 연속이니 체력 싸움이긴 하셨는데, 네 맞습니다. 뭐 두 팀 다 경기 수는 오늘 치는 경기 수는 같을 거기 때문에.
Kyung-Ae Kim. Looking for a little bump tap.
네, 좋습니다. 잘 위치시켰어요.
Oh gosh, another inch would have been fantastic.
경기장 사운드만 올리기는 조금 힘들어서 좀 양해 부탁드리겠습니다. 이 경기 소리를 올리면은 그 외국 해설 소리도 커져서 양해를 좀 부탁드릴게요.
So just didn't curl up quite enough. It is still a little scary for Team Campbell.
Abby Ackland being asked to freeze the stone in the back of the forefoot. Or at least sit in front of it.
Yeah, they're going to want to keep the angle on the right side of the stone, on the centerline side of the stone. If it overcurls about an inch, it's okay, because then they won't be able to eliminate both reds.
네, 도다 들어와서 앞에
This one is
위치시킵니다.
cozying into the button area.
준결승 때보다 아이스가 좀 뻗나 보네 하셨는데 뭐 시간이 좀 지나면 또 바뀔 수가 있긴 한데 좀 봐야 될 것 같긴 합니다.
Not so much of a play anymore for Eunjung to make
네,
it
저 뭐
yellow.
피곤하긴 하지만 네, 우승하면 어차피 잠이 싹 달아나거든요.
It's not a bad spot.
If you hit it in the right
그러니까
spot, you
우승을
should
좀
be able to
해줬으면
eliminate
좋겠습니다.
one of the red stones with the drag effect. But it's close. You're right. It could very well jam, and Team Campbell could be looking at a steal early in this first end.
전 다행히 휴무나 네, 우승하고 네, 꿀잠 잘 예정이시라고 하고 그죠. 선수들 소리를 좀 크게 듣고 싶은데 네, 컬링전도 해설을 하다 보니 이렇게 되네요.
Look, she can just see air on the inside.
네, 김경애 선수
That's what they want to do. Now having some second
아
thoughts.
근데 조금 인터넷 이슈가
At this
있긴 한
point,
것
you want to try and
같습니다.
open up the scoring area. Right now, your skip has to draw a pin for one. So, not comfortable with the shot, but I think it's a shot you have to play.
조금 홈쪽 이 PT니까
Lining it up.
어웨이 쪽에 설치가 돼 있겠죠. 홈쪽을 비추고 있으니까 이쪽이 조금 그냥 별로네요.
She's on fire.
인터넷이 계속 한 번씩 끊기고
Well clear of the guard.
어쨌든
They've got
맞고
contact. Rocks are moving. One red rock pushed outside to the edge of the gulf.
좋은 위치입니다.
The 4-foot area again. Nice shot. Gives Team Kim some options at least.
Yeah, it's a good shot. It gets them out of jail a little bit. Team Campbell still has the opportunity to make a hit and roll and sit two buried behind the center guard. Looks like they're going to throw up weight and try to make the double.
Get about a half inside
네,
and get the
노란색을
side
제거를 하겠죠.
that yellow one kind of 90.
이번 대회에서 캠벨은 굉장히 컨디션이 좋기 때문에
Yeah, try to push it up and
만만히
over
볼
the
수
rings.
없고
You'd have to throw it pretty hard to get it all the way out. Jolene absolutely has that capability. But as long as you push it far enough to where Team Kim can't use it as a tappable stone or a run back stone, then that's mission accomplished.
Jolene, born in Saskatchewan. Feels a bit like a home game for her.
네, 스킵 캠벨 샷.
She made a lot of these in the semifinal. A lot of doubles, a lot of big weight hits. Let's see if she still has it.
Playing big weight. Trying to hit it somewhere in the pocket.
맞고 1, 2번
Ring.
위치시켰습니다. 이거 참
The hot-handed Jolene Campbell is carrying
노란색을
the final.
정확하게 조금 뭐 아웃은 아니지만 잘 밀어냈고
Yeah, great shot. Hard to complain
그
about.
다음
It did overcurl by a half an inch. May have given Team Kim an opportunity to make a double. It would probably not eliminate the two reds. They probably could only throw board and eliminate one, but they'll leave their shooter in a good spot.
So Eunjung Kim makes her way down to the hack to deliver her first stone of end number 1. They've got the hammer here in the first. Both teams coming into this game 6-0.
김민정 선수의 샷인데
Yeah, Team Kim getting ready for the Grand Slam next weekend. Pretty good warm up, making the final here in Swift Current.
네, 지금 컨택이 있어줘야 됩니다. 안쪽 스톤.
By the guard. And there's
네,
one,
맞고
there's two.
좋습니다.
Line
이렇게
read.
되면 1번, 2번 확보하는 샷. 아, 좋아요.
It's an incredible shot.
아, 역시 김은정 선수입니다.
Great separation. Long crosshouse double if Jolene wants to take it on, but boy, if you ever missed that, it's a gift too.
이렇게 되면 2점 충분히 노려볼 수 있죠.
You could bring 3 into play, so you have to play it to make the double.
네, 나이스 가든정 해주셨고,
The other shot.
They are looking at that possibility of a jam.
네,
as
기가 막힙니다.
Abby Ackland checks out the angles.
히트롤을 뭐 오른쪽 스톤으로 하면은 가능은 할 텐데 1번이 히트롤 하면 1번 될 수 있죠. 네, 충분히 될 수 있을 것 같아요. 근데 리스크보다는 뭐 히트롤을 시도하는 게 리스크가 좀 덜하지 않을까라는 생각이 좀 들기도 하는데.
First things first, though, for Jolene Campbell. After that terrific shot by Team Kim. Something quite awkward here in the first.
지금 이제 1엔드입니다. 이거 1엔드부터 시간을 끌 필요는 없을 것 같은데 일단 좀 시간을 쓰네요.
Sam, I think you nailed it. Really, it's all the worry is about the jam in that stone on the back left as we look on the overhead.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. You can't play for the roll because you'll jam, so you have to play to make the double. And try to make it over the top. When you're looking
그래도
at
하는 것
these
같습니다.
triples or try to avoid jams, you look for a
이번
right
스톤은
angle
근데
triangle, and that's
잼
close to
딱히 안 날 것 같아요.
It should go over the top if you make the double. but you can't
근데
make it
더블을
over the
보는 것
center
같기도
or
하고
jam.
이게 히트롤이면 저렇게 근데 부동을 붙여 잡진 않을 것 같고 아마도 더블이지 않을까.
Jolene Campbell lines it up. You have to be super precise with the contact point here. Risk of jams, risk of going over the top
아웃턴인데요.
crosshouse.
더블 봅니다.
Huge weight.
과연 맞고 하나만
Underneath harmlessly.
아웃됩니다. 이렇게 되면 그냥
Effectively an
네,
open drop or two.
파란색만 완전히 물거나
Making the most of the
뭐
hammer.
하얀색 살짝 걸치는 정도면 네 2점 획득할 수
Set
있습니다.
up shot with her first stone.
좀 타이트했죠?
Looking to cash it in. Jolene Campbell. Just a little bit narrow on that crosshouse double attempt. Goes underneath.
네 1엔드에
Well put.
일단 2점으로 시작할 수 있습니다.
Yeah, that was a pretty safe throw. You can't give up 3 in the first end. Giving up 2 is like obviously it's not great, but keeps you in the game. If you ever miss that thick and jam and give an open hit for 3, you just feel deflated, even though it's only the first end. Tip your cap to Team Kim for making a great shot under 7 rock and move on. If you're Team Campbell, you're Jolene.
You're exactly right about the impact of the 3, Sam, in the semifinal that we did involving Jolene and Satsuki Fujisawa. It was Campbell that scored the 3 early, and they were off to the races. So
네
you're right.
하얀색
You
묻어야
want to
됩니다.
drop the three. Last thing you want to do is pull the string when you got a free drop.
갈 수
or 2.
있죠?
They're working this one hard. They're going to have to get
이제
it full
스위핑
coast to
조금
score.
더
Coast to
하면서
coast
좋습니다.
pays off. Bonus points for the
2점
front end.
획득하는 강릉시청입니다.
They got it all the way there, and it is a
네,
2-pointer.
1엔드는
Team Kim, they lead it.
뭐 오늘 경기는 뭐 이제 3경기째인데 네, 다 좋습니다. 4점 4점 이번엔 2점입니다.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
네,
This is what
굿샷이고요.
5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here.
네, 못 가는 줄 하셨는데 조금 이 전경기 여파가 남아 계신 것 같아요. 네, 전경기에 조금 쫄리다 보니까 네, 지금도 좀 쫄려 보인 게 아닌가. 네, 그런 생각이 들고. 네, 나이스 샷이고요.
What I love about Switzerland is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Switzerland. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good, and we have everything.
Switzerland is a great sports town. Great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income.
이 엔드가 아마 시작이 됐을 텐데
Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
네, 지금 두 개가 던져지는 상황이고요. 네, 허니잼님 팀키 화이팅 해주셨고
Showdown, Hans Raumab here along with Sam Steep. Glad you are with us. You know, there are fans following Team Kim. They've got fans all around the world, but certainly back home in Korea, where it is about 7:30 in the morning. So if you're enjoying your breakfast coffee and enjoying some curling from Seoul, 안녕하세요. Glad you are with us. Your team is leading this one 2-0.
네, 지금 컬링전 해설에서 안녕하세요 뭐 이런 얘기도 하네요. 네, 한국 팬들 안녕하세요 뭐 이런 얘기 하더라고요. 한국어로 안녕하세요 이렇게 얘기했는데 어쨌든
Team Kim that get out of jail if she misses that by an inch, she's gonna have to draw pin against.
좋습니다. 가드 삼아서 잘 들어갔어요.
Free draw to the 8 foot for 2 because your first shot was so good. So incredible shot to start this game off.
Seon-young Kim, lead for Team Kim. Ducks one around, just biting front four. Shortish run, that front stone's on the ring, so it is hittable, doubleable, as Sam says.
Yeah, it's really impressive. They did this in the quarters and the semis. They don't get too aggressive with hammering. They're down 2, but they're not.
네, 앞선 스톤만 제거합니다. 방금은 가드 스톤이 아니었기 때문에 파이브 닥에 대한 적용을 받지 않았고요. 네, 이번에 한 번 더 가드 세워주는 강릉시청입니다. 김초희 선수 샷인데.
Team Campbell with this 6-game winning streak this weekend in Swift-Current. Their season's record now 22-14.
네, 김초희 선수의 이번 엔드 첫 번째 샷. 마지막에 좀 떨어지나요? 들어오긴 할 것 같은데 네, 좀 붙었지만 괜찮습니다.
Yeah, a little deeper than they wanted it.
Exactly. Deeper than they would have liked and close enough and potentially easy future double. So
일단 제거보다는
time to use this corner guard.
네, 코너 드로우를 봅니다. 가드 뒤로 숨는 샷이죠?
I thought they would, considering they just played it on the first shot. But they're just saying, let's take advantage of this corner guard. And they're going to want to be at least second shot buried here.
뒤도 들어오는데 과연 어디까지 올지. 네, 지금 T9까지 왔어요. 잘 뭐 조금 보이긴 할 것 같은데 잘 숨겼습니다.
Great shot. By Rachel?
지금 쾌조의 컨디션을 보여주면서 결승까지 진출한 팀 캠벨, 그리고 강릉시청도 전승입니다. 양 팀 다 전승이고요. 둘 중 하나는 이제 무패 우승을 기록하게 되겠죠.
Jolie Kim. Trying to get down to what she can see, which is not much.
네, 맞고, 오, 좋아요. 노아스톤. 와, 좋습니다. 이거 뭐 제대로 들어갔습니다. 지금 일자로 노아스톤이 네, 기차놀이 하고 있고, 가드도 제거했고요. 네, 귀찮은 거는 한 번에 두 개가 좀 처리했습니다. 오디스톤까지 잘 일려놓았고, 가드도 없앴고요. 아, 너무 좋습니다.
It just shows the best teams in the world. Even when they miss, they miss on the pro side, and there was no risk trying to chase that because you could play the hit and roll in with that guard being so tight to the rings.
네, 슈터 살린 거 진짜 예술이고요. 네.
Almost got lucky there. Oh, an interesting situation for Team Kim. They could just throw the center guard. They're in a.
지금 밖에 스톤이 못 살렸기 때문에 그냥 제거를 하나요? 아니면 뭐 스틸 한번 노려보나요? 제거하는 것 같습니다. 그냥. 네. 지금 하우스캠 왼쪽에 네 9시 방향에 있는 빨간 스톤을 제거하는 샷입니다. 좀 바깥쪽인가요? 네. 네, 맞고 그대로 그 자리에 쓰면서 일단 1번, 2번, 3번 확보합니다.
The force is on. Still a few rocks to come. So we don't want to say the force is in the bag by any means.
There is a triple there. I'm surprised they aren't playing it. They're playing the hit and stick to stay frozen on that yellow stone. The only issue is they're going to be third shot if this shot by Abby's made perfectly.
I think you're right, Sam. Taking a closer look at the angles, there is a potential triple takeout there.
I know how hard Abby can throw it, so I'm
네,
surprised they didn't even look at it.
더블 치다 오나요? 근데 이건 조금 많이 돌죠. 하지만 네, 잘 붙여놨네요. 하나는 아웃 시켰고 앞쪽에 스톤도 많이 잘 남겼습니다.
Yeah, you don't want to roll out though because those two yellows are pretty doubleable and pretty makeable shots.
김용현 선수의 빨간 스톤만 아웃 시키는 샷인데.
In the rings.
Young Kim trying to do just that.
잼 없이 살려놨습니다. 1번이면 3번입니다. 계속.
No mistake. Team Campbell are going to have to make two doubles if they want to get out of this end. Starting with this shot by Abby.
About a 4.5 foot cross house double. Angles there, but not easy.
I believe with the weight they're throwing that they're playing the hit and freeze.
굿샷 행진 하셨는데 좋습니다. 지금 이렇게 되면 1점만 주는 플랜 잘 수행하고 있습니다. 와, 근데 캠벨도 샷이 좋네요. 붙여놨어요, 잘.
So unlucky. Perfectly thrown rock and just overswept a little bit by the line call.
So that leaves Team Kim lying 2. Now the game plan changes a little bit because they're lying 2 in terms of their shot selection.
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out where to put this yellow that they're not going to leave an easy double.
네, 굿샷 행진 중입니다. 그리고 1번, 2번이기 때문에 지금 그냥 정중하게 가운데 꽂아도 될 것 같고, 물론 뭐 더블을 네, 지금 상금이 16,000달러인가요? 뭐 아마 캐나다 달러겠죠?
Thanks to Nutrient Egg Solutions and all the sponsors to this event. It's a great purse for this field, and one of the main reasons why there's so many high quality teams there. Swift Current's been, and everyone at home watching YouTube have been treated to some great curling this weekend.
티어 2다. 근데 티어 2는 티어 2는 근데 상금이 문제가 아니고 그거니까. 저거 뭐야, 그 숙소 등등 비행 등등을 제공받지 않습니까? 그거 환산하면 5천만 원 정도 된다고 제가 들었던 것 같은데. 이거 너무 센가요? 아하, 뒤긴 한데 그래도 1번, 2번, 3번 계속 확보합니다. 경기를 바로 하는 거예요. 방금 준결승 본 것 같은데 하셨는데, 네. 8강, 준결승, 결승 지금 계속 이어서 진행을 하고 있습니다. 12시, 3시 반, 7시. 네.
Your options are freezing or hitting and rolling on top and hoping for a miss. I think if you played the hit and roll that she just called, your red one might stay in the rings, but it's going to be third shot.
캐나다 오픈 대회는 네, 그러니까 그게 제가 알기로 춘천시청이 티어 2 우승하면서 그 금액이 약간 5,000불 정도 지원 받는다. 왜냐면 예를 들면 이게 사실은 약간 티어 2 대부분 캐나다 팀 중에 하나 뭐 이런 팀들이 우승하다 보니까 그런 팀들을 위한 대회였는데, 춘천시청이 우승을 하면서 제가 알기로는 그러니까 춘천시청을 추첨하는 데 드는 비용에 대해서 환산을 하니까 대충 5,000불 정도 들었나 이렇게 제가 듣긴 했거든요. 강릉시청은 5,000불, 500만, 그쵸. 그러네요. 죄송합니다. 아침이라 제가 지금 정신이 없네요. 상금이 더 세군요. 죄송합니다.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you want to make the hit and freeze. If you make this perfectly, Kim can't roll anywhere. If she tries to hit, she might leave a shot for 2.
아무튼 그랬던 걸로 알고 있고, 캐나디안 오픈은 아마 강릉시청은 초청하는 그 돈 받고 갑니다. 그쵸, 5천만 원 아니겠죠. 제가 좀 잘못 알았어.
So sometimes it's nice to throw a practice draw, but this is what Skipper wants. So Jolene Campbell trying to make the hit and roll over top of the yellow.
There, Krim trying to sweep for curl.
맞고 오늘 이걸 그래도 해내는군요. 5천만 원 주면 캐나다 반년 살고 와도 될 것 같은데요 하셨는데, 예전에 뭐 컬링 오래 보신 분들은 아시겠지만 신세계 이마트 대회라는 컬링 대회가 있었습니다. 신세계에서 후원했던 그 대회 우승 상금이 5천만 원이었어요. 이제 그래서 제가 알기로 그때 당시 이제 숭실대가 있었는데 숭실대가 전지훈련 가고 그랬습니다. 캐나다로.
Terrific execution, and now, as you said, Sam.
일단 잼나지 않게 제거하는 게 목표입니다. 김은정 선수.
Sun Young Kim trying to hold the line. They cannot clip that back.
아, 좋습니다. 이렇게 되면 1번, 2번 계속 확보하면서
Oh, that was nervy.
네.
Got the job done.
캠벨 컨디션 진짜 좋네요 하셨는데 아 근데 오늘 뭐 제가 후지사 경기는 못 봤지만
Back rock moves. So I think
그래도
he grazed it going by.
전체적으로 샷발이 굉장히 좋은 것 같고 그래도 강릉시청이 일단 이엔드는 방어를 잘 했습니다.
So a draw to the forefoot.
Yeah, it will be the fourth. The force is on. They're drawing against two here.
네, 컨디션은 우디도 좋다 하셨고 더블을 시도도 안 하는 것 같습니다. 위험하기 때문에. 네. 드로우를 시도하는 팀 캠벨 스킵.
Sweepers calling early that they need the backing.
Sarah Krim in charge, communicating the weight. Now they're playing for the bump and a good read, absolutely, by Sarah Krim. Gave crucial input for the line read to get the backing, and the team communications pays off. It is a single point. It is a force. Team Kim lead this final 2-1 after 2.
Imagine being able to stream every
네, 약간 강한 드로우로 쭉 밀면서 1점 획득하는 데 성공한 캠벨이고 네, 컬링 매니아님 커라 반갑습니다. 좀 오랜만에 보는 것 같은데 제가 중계할 때는
customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone,
네,
tablet.
캠벨 컨디션은 좋은 것 같습니다. 지금 강릉시청이 좀 긴장을 해야 될 것 같지만 그래도 지금 방어를 잘 했기 때문에 이렇게 착실히 2점 따다 보면 승리할 수 있을 것 같습니다. 1점을 주고 2점을 따는 작전이 일단은 2점 먼저 땄기 때문에 1점도 잘 줬고요. 아, 지금 또 여기저기 하는 일이 또 많으셔서 좀 오랜만에 접속하신다고. 네. 네, 또 캘로나에서 또 범대욕도 했었죠 최근에.
We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to bekindonline.com and apply for a grant today.
범대륙 컬링 선수권
We can make a difference.
때 또 아이스를 했던 컬링 매니아님이고. 네, 캠벨은 센터 가드도 뭐 딱 정확하게 들어가네요. 다음 투어는 언제 있나요 하셨는데 투어는 없고 두 팀이 이제 강릉시청 경기도청 둘 다 그랜드 슬램을 나갑니다. 그랜드 슬램을 나가고.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think some people understand that if Sarah and Rachel waited another 2 feet to say that it was heavy, they would have missed that shot and would have given up a steal of 2 and probably would have lost the game. They set it right out of her hand and great line call from.
김주현 선수 지금 얼굴 빨개졌어요. 엄청 스위핑 열심히 하면서 네, 네, 잘 숨겨줬습니다. 얼굴 너무 빨개졌네요. 네. 약 물고 스위핑을 했던 김주희 선수였고, 그리고 크리스마스인가 아니면은 1월 1일인가에 WCT 재팬이 있습니다.
course. Team Kim with Hammer here in end number 3 with a 2-1 lead.
춘천시청이 출전하는 걸로 제가 알고 있는데 좀 봐야 될 것 같고.
Yeah, still advantage Team Kim. They're in a great spot being up on with Hammer. Yeah, they're on odd ends, which is unfortunate, but so far they're playing a perfect curling game.
Center guards accumulate. Jung is going to see if they're on the center line or not. To see if they're. We talked about doubleable, pickable.
Yeah, it's important to know if it's on the center line because if your draw that you're trying to come around the center line comes up narrow and you hit it off, your rock gets pulled. So,
네, 1번, 2번을 만드는 샷입니다. 지금 하나는 집어넣고 방금 샷이 못 들어왔기 때문에 사이드도 그냥 오픈된 데 보내서 1, 2번을 만드는 샷.
Pressure's on you, Team Campbell. We're going to sit 2
시도합니다.
and wait for you to make a great shot to the forefoot before we start bailing.
Young Kim, lead player.
네, 잘 들어오고 있죠.
Wants to get this one past the shot rock and ideally past the tee line.
티라인까지 정확하게 1번, 2번 잘 들어와 있습니다. 뭐 중계가 있는지 모르겠는데 또 경기도청이 또 1월 달인가 유럽 밀라노로 가는 걸로 제가 알고 있고, 뭐 강릉시청도 캐나다와 캐네디언 오픈 나가야 되니까 뭔가 또 그때 계획을 잡아놓은 게 있을 수도 있는데 좀 봐야겠네요, 제가. 네, 맞고 스테이 정확하게 시킵니다. 그리고 2월달엔 동계체전이 있을 거고요. 이 두 팀은 참가하지 않는데, 네, 이제 이번 주부터 이제 믹스더블 회장배 전국 컬링 대회 믹스더블이 펼쳐지고요. 그리고 일요일부터 돌아오는 일요일에는 이제 4인조 펼쳐지는데 경기도청과 강릉시청은 참가하지 못합니다.
Extend our thanks to the terrific Ice Tech crew. They have been so busy, so many games, so many draws here in Swift Current, but the ice conditions and the rocks have been really good.
네, 회장배 전국 컬링 대회. 네, MBC 스포츠 플러스에서 네, 중계한다고 하니까 그것도 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
Yeah, they did an incredible job. The draw times have stayed pretty well on time throughout the whole weekend, and that goes for the curlers, who that means they're playing decently.
계속해서 제거 보는 캠벨입니다.
It takes an army for an event like this to run. So shout out to the Ice Techs.
맞고 들어가려는데 네, 좀 많이 가죠. 아웃은 되지 않았지만.
Cling on in the back 12 foot. Team Kim with Hammer here. Lying one. Got some options. Jung saying, well, let's just beat this one. That's far enough away from the action to just leave it there as a bit of a saver.
Yeah, it would have been nice for Team Campbell if that stage shot rock unfortunately rolled a little bit too far.
컬링 국제대회는 아마 SBS인가 JTBC인가 둘 중에 모르겠는데 SBS가 사서 JTBC에 팔고 있는 구조라고 듣기도 한 것 같은데, 국제대회 세계선수권을 일단 그렇게 가지고 있는 걸로 알고 있고, 근데 이제 국내 대회 같은 경우는 중계권이 따로 있는 게 아니기 때문에 방송국과 연맹이 잘 이야기가 되면 되는 건데, 그러니까 방송국이 사실상 뛰어들면 중계를 할 수 있는데 보통 메리트가 없으니까 안 하는데, 지금 시점이 딱 야구도 없고 축구도 없는 기간, 딱 스포츠 이벤트가 크게 없으니까 한번 해보는 것 같습니다. 어차피 아시안 게임도 있고 그 올림픽도 있기 때문에.
Look from the delivery and on how much late finish there is here in Swift-Current.
네, 국내 대회는 사실상 그냥 방송국이 맘만 먹으면 거의 할 수 있지 않을까. 연맹이랑 얘기만 잘 되면 되기 때문에.
Great shot, and they don't miss that make after miss stat. That must have been what they've been doing all weekend to get this win streak. It's such a huge part in curling.
네.
Great shot by Abby.
믹스더블 나가냐고 물어봤는데 일단 회장배 전국 컬링 대회는 출전 못합니다. 일정이 안 돼서. 이야, 예술적인 샷인데요. 이거는 진짜 엄청 대단한. 역시 김경애 선수입니다. 어쨌든 강릉시청과 경기도청이 없지만 그래도 다른 팀 뭐 춘천시청, 전북도청, 서울시청, 의성군청 그리고 경일대학교까지 참가를 하더라고요. 네, MBC 스포츠 플러스 많은 시청 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 엄청난 샷이 나왔고 역시 김경애 선수로 보여지고요. 이렇게 되면 블랭크 구도가 나오죠. 네, 보너스 두둑히 받은 샷.
originally, sorry to interrupt.
3엔드 블랭크 나오면은 강릉시청에게 이득입니다. 짝수 엔드 후공이기 때문에 가져올 수 있기 때문에.
It's only the third end. Yeah, you lose even ends, but you can go hard for the steal in the fourth, or get a force or a blank in the fourth end as well. So you just have to be patient, and that's what they decided to do.
Yeah, no sense taking an unnecessary risk and maybe drop a pair.
네.
Reset, reload.
맞고 좋아요.
No sit there from Kyung-hae. Switching from the out turn to the in turn.
이제 뭐 가드도 없는 상황이니까 뭐 계속해서 테이크 하겠죠.
Late high five.
네, 뭐 가볍게 히트 앤 스테이 하면서 썼습니다. 네, 4인대에서 2점 이상 내면 유리한 고지 선점하셨는데 그렇죠. 이게 일단 점수 차도 점수 차고 엔드도 엔드지만 또 이제 5엔드부터 후반전이라는 또 압박감이 있는데 3점을 지고 있다? 좀 흔들릴 수 있습니다.
They should go back and remember that they were sitting one buried behind center guards and know that they can do that in the fourth and
뭐 제거하고 스톤을 또 남기는 그런 샷을 시도할 것으로 보여집니다.
Team Kim deserves to win, but for Team Campbell, keep putting yourself in that situation without hammer and good things will happen.
That's a good point, Sam. You can be dispiriting when your opponent makes a great shot, but then you do have to just keep reminding yourself, just make sure it's always high degree of difficulty for them. And sooner or later, maybe you'll break through. If you don't, then
네, 최대한 바깥쪽으로 보냈습니다.
Making 10-15%ers all day long, then it's not going to happen for you, is it?
Yeah, a great hit and roll. Even in an open end like this, when you just need to hit and stick into the ring, she She rolls all the way to the other side of the rings to make this a brand new path for Jolene Campbell. Kim, on fire, has yet to miss, in my opinion.
In the semi-final, Jolene Campbell was absolutely on fire.
네, 제거.
Really kind of steamrollered Septic.
네, 지금 하우스가 네, 반대편이 아니고 지금 이쪽을 비춰주고 있는데.
Both of the skippers playing very well indeed.
네, 지금 화면 지금 어떻게 됐나요? 네, 컬링 쪽 화면을 좀 보여주셔야 되는데요. 네.
Yeah, sorry everyone for the cameras not looking.
지금 무슨 상황인지 모르겠네요. 스톤이 남았는지 뭐 이런 거 알아야 되는데 지금 하우스캠이 이쪽을 비추고 있고 화면도 회전 안 해서. 근데 왜 갑자기 화면을 근데 이렇게 되면
So it is a cheap force for Jolene Campbell. Woonjung Kim
이게 1점을 획득을 했네요. 좀 아쉽습니다.
takes a point.
네, 결승전인데 이게 뭐야 하셨는데 뭐 잠깐 뭐 화장실 갔다 왔겠죠?
So many of our windows are so tight that you just can't afford to miss a couple days seating.
The producer places their trust in us that when it's time for them to be able to make their living, we're going to be there. That's a tremendous.
네, 잠깐 화장실 갔다 온 걸로 생각을 하고.
In order to actually deliver on that, you have to build your processes, you have to build your team, and you have to have a mindset of operational excellence because there's a lot of things that go wrong, and it's our job.
네, 스틸 가자 하셨고. 네, 커다 반갑습니다.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
블랭크를 못 간 게 조금 아쉽지만 말씀하신 뭐 스틸을 하면은 블랭크 뭐 블랭크 가고 2점 딴 거랑 다는 없어지니까 스틸 한번 했으면 좋겠습니다. 네, 커다 반갑습니다. 뭐 광고가 뭐 보기 싫을 수는 있지만 뭐 이것 때문에 유지되는 거니까 뭐 존중은 해줘야 될 것 같긴 합니다. 네, 아무래도 이만큼 유지하는데 그래도 광고의 역할이 아마 크기 때문에 네, 결승이네 강릉시청 화이팅 해주셨고 선수 화이팅 해야죠. 팀킴이 후공 계속 가져오네 하셨는데 이랜드 후공 말씀하시는 건가요? 네. 지금 픽이 좀 많이 나는 것 같아요. 이 전 경기에도 그렇고.
Grab a little bit of control in this game that they really haven't had control of at all up until this point.
Yeah, we could see a little bit of a momentum shift now that it's 3-1.
네, 컬링존 리퀘스트처럼 유료화되면은 좀 힘들죠.
Behind two corner guards, they're set up quite well early in this end, and
방금은 확실히 픽인 것 같고.
Surprising misses.
근데 아까도 그렇고 좀 이 호그나인 주변에서 좀 픽이 많이 나는 것 같거든요. 네, 그쵸? 네, 이 호그나인 주변, 호그나인 좀 다가왔을 때 조금 조심해야 될 것 같아요. The point is mistake 했는데
Joey Kim lining it up.
픽 난 것 같습니다. 아마도 네, 아이스 이슈라고 보시면 될 것 같고.
Yeah, it's funny as a curler when you get a free force like you just did for Team Campbell.
이 전핸드 얘기하시는 거구나.
Still down 2.
3대 1이 말이야. 3-1. 지금 네, 지금 제정신이 아니군요. 컬링존.
Behind corner guards to set up for their deuce.
Rachel Erickson only has to roll this one about 2.5 feet to really set up a potential 2. This one's really making a move, though. I think it's going to over curl and catch it thin and spill. Will it stay in the rings is the question. And the answer to that question is no, it will not.
Just rolled out. Decision time for Team Kim. Do you play the double peel or do you draw? In my opinion, those are, even though it's covering the full forefoot, they do seem like corner guards. You like this call, Hans?
Well, I don't mind. I never mind trying to hide behind something if what you're going for is force. But
네, 3대1이 맞습니다. 지금 수정을 좀 했으면 좋겠는데.
Don't mind a little bit of pressure just to try and neutralize the corner guards a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's no, you're in no risk right now.
점수를 좀 가져줘야겠군요.
It is a little tempting to throw the peel because you're okay with a blank this end. Because that guard, that rock staying in the top 12 is basically a guard.
Campbell agreeing with that assessment, saying
이게 맞습니다.
up in the rings. Let's see if we can whip one around. Trying not to look at that. While they're playing.
네, 자막을 입력을 잘못, 그러니까 이게 보니까 아마 뭐 스위처 회사 하는 것 같은데 잘못 나온 거고요. 제가 지금 나왔습니다.
Exactly. Try not to think of a purple elephant, right?
Yeah. Just let everyone know at home it is 3-1 for Team Kim. We're just having.
일단 당분간은 저희 자체 점수판을 쓰도록 하겠습니다.
That one goes back 4 foot, maybe a corner hidden.
Yeah, left it in the not the best spot. Team Kim could play the freeze and really.
네.
It looks like they're playing.
바뀌었습니다.
Hackdebork waiter though.
아마 강릉시청이 계속 후공을 가지고 오는 이유는 조별 리그에서 1등을 해서 그럴 수도 있습니다. DSC까지 1등이었기 때문에. 이번에 아마 ST를 한지 안 한지 제가 정보를 못 받았지만 그럴 수도 있고요. 그럴 가능성이 좀 있고.
Third stones.
네, 제거하는데 남아야 좋습니다. 네, 블랭크를 안 줘야 되기 때문에.
I know they're up 2, but Team Campbell's not wanting to blank this end. They're gonna throw the draw around the top 12 stone all end until they make it perfectly.
Kim accepting congratulations from Chody. Kyung having a very good game.
Abby's turn to try and make this draw around the top 12 stone.
네.
In-turn draw come around attempt here for Abby Ackland.
토너먼트에서는 제가 알기로 안 한 걸로 알고 있긴 한데 잘 뭐 확실한 건 아닙니다. 지금 결승전은 잘 모르겠는데 아마
comes to rest. Well, have they got second shot? I think they do.
이 두 팀은 전적은 같아서 잘 모르겠는데, 예를 들면 경기도청 강릉시청 같은 경우는 제가 알기로 ST 안 하는 걸로 알고 있는데, 뭐 팩트가 확인된 건 아니니까 네, 그냥 그랬을 수도 있다. 왜냐면 계속해서 강릉시청이 좀 1등인데 후공을 계속 잡았다. 그 점만 참고해 주시면 될 것 같습니다.
Somehow squeak the guard to try and punch it through, jamming on the back all day. So
yeah, Team Kim can't eliminate it.
Exactly. So Kyung-Hae Kim, as she lines it up in the hack, will be asked to draw around that red one.
돌아 들어가는 샷인데 이제
The only problem with it resting the way it is now it is staggered, and Team Kim can draw this to the top button. Team Campbell could be in a little bit of trouble.
Again, Young and Cho Hee dumping this one out.
좋아요.
Light in there. I think probably more worried about the line than the weight. They're by now. That one will come to rest in the back of the button. Another terrific shot from Kyung-Hae Kim. Fully buried.
Yeah, great shot.
네, 김경희 선수의 굿샷. 가드 뒤로 완벽하게 숨었어요. 거의 뭐 가드도 아니고 뭐 드로우된 스톤이긴 하지만.
She is certainly winning. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she's certainly winning the battle of the vices right now. But big shot here for Abby. If she can make this hit and roll, Team Campbell will be sitting second and third shot.
Good chance to spring two onto the rings here. Might be over curling a fraction. Springs the red. Is it going to go across the top? A little spin back. Pretty good result.
네요. 잘 만들어 놨네요, 캠벨도.
That stone front 12 foot.
It's a pretty good result. They still are able to run that red one back to the shot stone. It's still there. It did overcurl a little bit, but still shot made. There's still
지금 1번이긴 한데
They wanted to sit second.
레드스톤도 좀 있고 2번이 레드스톤입니다.
The red run back onto the shot rock though will not be sitting on the rings and be outcounted potentially by that yellow stone back 12.
Yeah, interesting decision for Team Kim. You can play the nose-nose, you can pick it out of the rings like they are. You could draw to the top 4 foot, but that does leave Team Campbell with the short run back. So, being up 2 points, they're deciding to take the second shot thrown out of the back.
Well, we saw Eunjung make a really nice pick going the other way with the considerable help of her sweepers. Trying to do the same here. Pick off the red, leave themselves lying 1-2.
네, 레드스톤 제거입니다.
Gentle way she's playing at it though.
뒤에 잼 나지 않게 라인 괜찮나요?
They're trying to keep their shooter. Yeah, they're trying to keep their shooter and sit second shot.
네, 뒤에 맞았지만 그래도 잘 갖다 넣습니다.
It's a great call because it takes that rock in the top 12 totally out of play.
제발 성공하자 했는데 성공했고요.
That's just because the angles have changed on the two stones behind.
Yeah. Yeah, yellow being shots 1 and 2, and the run thin double is there, but not easy. It's a great call to keep your shooter and did what they just did. So forces Team Campbell to draw the top of the button here.
저 이제 레드가 서스는 좀 골치 아플 뻔했는데 같이 나갔기 때문에 상관없고요.
Legendary skipper's deuce. Still a possibility for Jolie and Campbell if she can sink one here onto the button.
드로우를 일단 앞에 붙일
Wherever you
것으로
are in the world, we
보이는데
are glad that you are with us. It is the women's final of the Nutrient Ag Solutions Western Showdown. Two teams coming into this game 6-0. Jolene Campbell and Eunjung Kim battling it out for the top prize here in Swift Current.
This is a big moment in the game. If this comes up light, you're likely giving up a steal. There's no room for error for Jolene.
캠벤의
Her
스킵샷.
7 in the fourth end.
Is on its way.
오늘 실수가 많진 않습니다.
They like the line. Now they're going to sweep for curl. Oh, that is an absolute.
와, 이걸 또 제대로 갖다 놓네요. 아, 이거 참 정말 쉬운 상대 아니네요. 랭킹적으로는 차이가 좀 있는데 와. 지금 강릉시청도 이번 게임 보면서 굉장히 뭐 좋은 샷들도 많이 하고 이렇게 하는데 또 하나하나 이렇게 좀 디테일한 샷을 만들면서 쫓아옵니다. 뭐 강릉시청도 붙이러 가겠죠? 일, 2번은 아니 이제는 2, 3번이 됐죠? 붙이면은 사실상 좀 힘들죠. 점수 따기.
These two skips have been trading shots back and forth all game long. Let's see if Kim can follow her down here.
Well by the guard. Line is not the problem.
좋아요. 잘 지나갔고 안쪽으로 좋습니다. 예, 말씀하신 대로 완벽한 웨이트 보여줘야 2점 딸 수 있습니다. 와, 진짜 괜히 결승까지 온 게 아니네요 하셨는데 그렇죠.
Yeah, and this is going to be really close. She just threw the pin. You are a foot wider ice, so this is going to be a new path. But with the two sweepers that Jolene has, this is going to be really close. She needs at least half the button.
일단 좀 최소한은 할 수 있게 했는데 근데 돌아서 하얀 버튼을 많이 물면은 2점이 될 수 있긴 한데 근데 이 정도 붙였으면 솔직히 그 샷은 힘들지 않을까요? 네, 프지도 했기 때문에 이제 드로우 해서 옆쪽 오른쪽으로 살짝 드로우 해야 됩니다.
Back four right now, say the sweepers. They think it's a fraction heavy. It's getting better. No, back eight.
웨이트가 어딜까요?
This one as long as they can.
네, 이렇게 되면 1점만 가져가는 팀 캠벨입니다. 좋습니다. 네, 3대2 리드 상황 이어가는 강릉시청입니다. 아주 좋습니다. 네, 완벽하게 일단 선공일 때 1점씩만 주고 있습니다. 굉장히 고무적인 거죠. 캐나다는 레이첼, 제니퍼, 애나, 순, 첼시 네 팀밖에 몰랐는데 잘한 팀 꽤 많네 하셨는데 뭐 아무래도 사실상 거의 뭐 종주국이나 다름없죠 이제 캐나다가 컬링에 뭐 스코틀랜드가 뭐 저한테 뭐 뒤지고 싶냐고 할 수도 있는 얘기긴 한데 캐나다가 지금 다 캐나다로 몰리고 있죠. 그래서 다 대회들 팀들도 뭐 전지훈련 다 캐나다로 오고요. 뭐 말씀하신 팀에서 뭐 캠벨은 뭐 상위 랭커는 아니니까 거기서 좀 추가하자면 로스 네 케이틀린 로스가 네 요즘에 되게 핫하죠 꽤.
Standard tip increased 2% this year.
That's why I keep you around. So, corn's looking great. Well, our crop plan is working.
And we locked in that input financing at the perfect time.
Well, what do y'all think? Two blues? Enough? Try this.
응 안녕하세요 해주셨는데 임정희님.
Could be our best yield yet. Didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
I see.
네 스코틀랜드는 이부 묘에도 없으니 뭐 하셨는데 뭐 못 있으니 지금보다는 좀 올라와야 될 것 같아요.
And a warm welcome back to Swift-Current, Saskatchewan. It is the women's final of the Nutrient Ag Solutions Western Showdown. Young Kim taking on Jolene Campbell. Team Kim with the hammer and a 1-point lead. As we start end number 5. Wherever you are in the world, we are glad that you are with us.
아 갱신이라서 뜨신 것 같습니다 임정희님. 네 감사합니다. 네 김영미 선수와 임명석 감독님 나왔고요.
Here in Swift-Current, watching the action. After that terrific force in this arm wrestle, slight advantage Team Kim as we enter end number 5.
Yeah, up one with hammer is a good spot. You don't have even ends yet. You still haven't won the
지금
scoreboard.
강릉시청 스톤이 하나 들어가 있고 그리고 커먼라운드
Very
시도합니다.
comfortable position being up one with hammer.
Go back to those skip stones in the previous end. Jolene Campbell.
아 완벽합니다.
Sitting it right on the button, and then Unjung came right down on top of it. Those two sensational shots, and Jolene with a very tough half the button attempt couldn't quite pull it off. But boy, oh boy, what terrific shooting we were seeing here today.
Yeah, I do want to mention it was a great audible by Team Campbell. They knew it was back 4, back 8 weight, and they needed a wick, and a great line call by Abby to try and wick and get their 2 points. It still rolls a little bit too far, but a good heads-up play. Really important for this
잘 붙이는군요.
Does bounce a bit, but still leaves their rock in a good spot.
사이드 스톤은 못 오고 들어간 건가 하셨는데 제 예상으로는 못 오고 들어갔거나 아니면은 상대방의 스톤을 치고 로디 됐을 수도 있겠죠. 뭐 근데 그 샷은 저희가 보진 않았으니까.
If they wanted a blank in this end, I feel like they would have thrown the peel right now.
They seem to be very, very comfortable with rocks in play, even in the danger zone.
네, 김주희 선수의 샷.
Style, so I think you're right, Sam. Conventional wisdom might say, all right, rip the front, keep the blank alive, but
아웃턴으로 봤는데
Team Kim, every time they've got the hammer, they're thinking multiple. Doesn't matter what end of the game it's in. This one's got a lot of curling to do, though. Making a bit of a move now.
살짝 벌어집니다.
Raises red, spills. Unlocks that red-yellow a bit. Doesn't quite get air between red and yellow, but changes the angles enough. They might be able to make some kind of a play on it a little bit later in the end.
Yeah, stumps Jolene Campbell a little bit. Jolene didn't expect them to be heavy and wick like they did. There's no easy hit and roll under. If you play the hit on the yellow and the edge of the forefoot, you're going to hit the one in the top of the forefoot and not be buried, and you might leave a pretty easy double for Team Kim to sit 2 or 3.
So sensing the danger, Abby Ackland and Rachel Erickson come up to consult.
I'm a big fan of the freeze, even a freeze tap. It's early in the end. Your goal is to force or to steal. You don't necessarily need to hit.
But if you do make that choice, Sam, you are assuming not inconsiderable risk of the Yellowstones remaining in the rings and your opponent with the hammer. So if you're thinking freeze, you better make it.
네, 캠벨은 무슨 경기력이 다른 경기였으면
I agree.
우리 넉넉하게 이기고 있을 수도 있을 텐데 하셨는데.
Yeah, you're just running out of ends. You can't be too defensive now. You're in the fifth.
브라노 초반처럼 했으면은 뭐 4대0, 5대0이었겠죠. 네, 컬링1링님 팀킴 화이팅 하셨고.
And that's what they're doing. You need to take a little bit of calculated risks now.
Yeah, no doubt. A little bit of an edge to Team Kim right now, so Jolene aware of that. A terrific tournament for both teams. Of course, you'd say that, both teams reaching the final, but for them both to reach the final with an unblemished record, that's quite an accomplishment. 25 teams were in the women's event. They were divided into 5 pools of 5, so they played a 4-game
네,
round
바로
robin
하나
pool
붙이는데.
phase. Both teams went unbeaten in their pools.
이번엔 좀 실수샷이 나왔군요.
Thumbs up, short.
앞쪽에 위치 시켰습니다.
Offers a little bit of protection in terms of
캠벨도 이번에 경기도 좀 후지사하기면서 꽤 잘하네요 하셨고, 네, 이번 대회는 굉장히
It's gonna work out.
캠벨에게 굉장한 이득이 되겠죠. 지금
Just because if Team Kim ignores
30위권에서 여기서 준우승해서 포인트 얻어간다? 뭐 물론 지금 우승할 수도 있지만 제가 강릉시청 입장에서 얘기를 하니까. 아하.
Well, an error from Team Kim. They feather the front guard. They get very fortunate on the jam and then roll their own stone into the back 8, but that changes the
네,
complexion.
살짝 좀 실수가 나왔고요. 지금 가드를 완벽하게 해결 못했어요.
Still trying to figure out if they got lucky or that was just a bad miss. It could have worked out for them.
Well, considering the contact point on the front stone and kind of what the result was, they're really fortunate to keep that stone back 8. That's
그래도 아직 괜찮습니다.
alive for me. If that one skates out of the rings, I think Team Kim's in all kinds of hurt as a consequence of that shot. So
Yeah, for a miss, you're right. Definitely a little bit of luck on their side there, not eliminating that back yellow stone. Still a little bit of danger.
팀킴 캠벨 다 6연승으로 결승 진출했으니 하셨고.
A heavyweight hit. They're deciding to just play the tap on that top red one. Try to shrink the scoring area as much as possible.
Abby and Jolene sharing a laugh down the sheet, talking about how hard.
런백 보는 건가 하셨는데, 네, 지금 앞에 레드스톤을 이용하는 것 같아요.
Dialed in the weight choice. Abby resets.
어떤 샷을 또 보여줄지.
Sweeper say it's got lots of weight. Jolene Campbell saying this one's over curling.
근데 이거를 와, 이렇게 만드네요.
Going to say that is an awesome result.
쉽지 않습니다.
Two red stones front forefoot. Now all kinds of trouble. Eunjung Kim, if she wants to maneuver those red stones out, jams everywhere you look.
Yeah, they know that they need to get rid of.
Did I mean to do that?
빨간 스톤이 앞쪽에 지금 있다 보니까 지금 김정 선수 좀 고민이
Sure
됩니다.
that you could miss a little narrow and nose. The only way you was a bad miss was just peeling your own reds. So a great result for Team Campbell and for Team Kim. They know they need to get rid of
애초에
this
이걸
red in
보고
the top
가셨는데
forefoot.
그런 것 같기도 합니다. 좀 짧게
Not easy to get
는
rid of
감도
it for
있어서.
jamming, but they know they need to move it.
Exactly, jams everywhere you look.
So even though Team Kim is sitting two, they're a little nervous about the situation they're in right now on this end.
Totally. I'd be very nervous if I was them right
뭔가
now.
되게 어렵게 해주네 하셨고
Promotable red
레드를 좀 빼내려는 것 같긴 합니다.
But it's down to Kyung-A Kim. Trying to extricate them out of a little bit of a jam here, even though they are lying two, and even though they have the hammer.
일단 이제 김치희 선수 플러스 내려주는데요. 맞고
But it will jam on the
뒤에
back
스톤에 잼이 나긴 했지만 괜찮습니다.
Keep them lying 1, 2.
앞쪽에 우리 스톤이 많은 게 좋아요. 뒤보단.
Nice, inviting hit and roll pocket possibility for Team Campbell as Kyung-A accepts the high five from Cho-hee.
Looks like they're sitting
네, 1, 2번이기도 하고 앞에 노란 스톤도 하나 있고요.
Campbell to know that they don't necessarily need to hit and roll off this yellow. They could just draw to the top button, but they wanna move it so Team Kim can't use it later on in the end.
Exactly what I was thinking, Sam. The only
1, 2번 절대 사소해 하셨는데 그쵸 지금 1번, 2번은 중요합니다.
usable rock, even though it's in fifth shot position right now. Well, in the words of Ron Burgundy, this escalated quickly.
It really did.
안쪽 맞추고서 오는 샷인가요? 맞고 여기까지 들어왔어요. 일단 1번, 2번이긴 한데 조금 부단한 1번, 2번이에요.
Team Kim still lying too after all the smoke clears.
They're lying too, but they're in a scary situation.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
Terrifyingly scary.
Yeah, one good shot from Team Campbell, and they could easily steal one here. So that's why Team Kim's discussing the run back. Even if you run back and lose one of your shot stones, if you move that red off the top 8 foot, you're going to put yourself in a lot better situation than you're in right now.
So it does look like Kyung-A is going to be asked to make a play on the guard stone in front of the rings.
일단 가드 이용해서 직접 타격을 좀 하려는 것 같긴 한데.
Taking some risk. But as Sam pointed out, if you don't do something with it, chances of a steal.
김경혜 선수의 샷입니다.
Yeah, and when your vice can throw as hard as Team Kim's vice can, it's just super important to keep that front clear. Make sure skipper has an open shot.
네, 김경혜 선수 또 니값을 보여줄지요?
Looks like Kyung-A gave that one a little bit
과연?
of a start. They're on it right out of hand. This one's over curling.
아하, 이러면
The red. Those stones be
이러면 1번, 3번이 됐습니다.
Yeah, not the result they wanted, and it looks like Team Kim's only sitting one now.
Yeah, and that one is an endangered species.
Yeah. Both shots are tempting that they just illustrated with their brooms, Jolene and Abby. really tempting to make the tap to the top button and force Team Kim to make a good double. In my opinion, that's the call. You could eliminate the yellow stone and throw the hack waiter around the
그쵸.
corner guard and sit first shot and third and fourth shot.
아, 조금 이번 핸드가 좋진 않네요. 네, 스틴 당하면 안 됩니다. 최소
Intriguing fifth end in the women's final here in Swiftcurrent.
좀 작전 시간을 좀 많이 쓰는 편이긴 하네요.
Great shots, had weird shots, jams, angles. We are not
캠벨
done yet.
보니까
More to come here in the fifth end before we know who's going to prevail.
지금 2시간 돼도 2시간 되면 사실 7엔드까지 끝나 있어야 괜찮은 건데 지금 6엔드가 끝나 있을 것 같단 말이죠.
Kim got the hammer. Other than that, I'm feeling very, very uneasy right now.
Yeah, they don't like the situation they're in at all, and I don't blame them.
I wouldn't like it.
No, it's pretty important call here for Team Campbell. I really do like the tap, and that's what they decided to play. It looks like.
How far forward is perfect? Sam on the tap.
일단 샷이 아직 2개씩 남았죠.
Kim try and make the double. So you would like to create a decent amount of space. If you could put this on the
장고 끝에 악수 온다 이런 얘기 하고 계신데 과연 좀 오래 고민했는데 악수가 과연 나올지 뭐 항복의 악수 말고요. 바둑용어 악수.
Maybe the further back in the forefoot you take it, you increase the chance of the jam on that stone in the back eight in the process. So let's see where Jolene puts it.
You can also put this on the top button where if Team Kim decides to throw the run back, it could jam on their shot stone as well. So, two options here.
Rachel Erickson, Sarah Krim, communicating the weight to Abby Acklin in the house. Sweeping for curl now. This one has got a lot of curling to do to make a straight back tap. Catches it on an angle.
네, 1번을 일단 만들었습니다.
But looks like it is open for Jung Kim to take a pass at. And there you get a look from the delivery end. Still needed to curl another half a rock, I think, Sam.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud, but it
2점기는 아직 있는데 하셨는데 아직 있습니다.
What you needed to throw to make the tap, you needed to tighten the broom up a little bit more. Advantage.
말씀하신 대로 1번을 제거하는 것 같아요.
If they hit this right on the nose, they're going to be first and third and maybe even fourth shot.
Coaching staff taking notes. They got a lot to write down this end.
It's been an exciting end for sure.
Jung Kim.
4개 한 번 해보나요 하셨는데 그건 아닐 것 같고 1번을 일단 제거하면서 뭔가 노려보는 게 아닐까 싶은데.
Looking to somehow navigate the redstone nearly straight back.
좀 많이 떨어지나요?
Nearby.
맞고 앞에 붙었습니다.
They just tickle their own. That yellow stone. It's like the ultimate survivor there in the back ring that's been kind of nudged and moved around at least 3 times.
과연 좀 복잡합니다. 근데 이런 말 자꾸 안 했는데 팀 캠벨 다 좋은데 시간은 조금 더 좀 빨리빨리 진행을 하는 게 좋지 않을까. 약간 이게 좀 투어 대회의 약간 좀 단점인데 타임이 없다 보니까 시간 계측이 없다 보니 조금 루즈해지는 경향이 있어요. 이게 지금 7시 10분 정도에 게임이 시작된 걸로 알고 있는데 이대로 오면은
can really influence.
8시 10분 정도 됐을 때 6엔드 끝나 있을 것 같아요. 네, 진웅님 졸리시대요 하셨는데, 아, 저도 졸리고, 그러니까 졸린 것도 졸린 건데 이게 좀 솔직히 경기가 좀 지루해지거든요. 뭐 아시겠지만 솔직히 경기가 지루해지면 재미가 없어요. 국제 대회가 재밌는 이유 중 하나는 시간을 많이 쓰다가도 그럼 뒤에 빨라지잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 물론 이게 이런 게 뭐 투어 대회다라고 하면 할 만은 없습니다만 뭐 사실 파랜드를 3시간씩 하면 좀 그렇잖아요, 그건.
Yeah, I don't think the team's in love with the wick and roll under. Just like me, your red one could squeeze out all of a sudden.
네, 어려운 엔드라고 또 말씀하셨고.
Long guard doesn't help because Unjung would have.
이 정도 시간을 쓰는데 그나마 잘하니 왕정이 씨. 네, 샷 엉망이었으면 더 짜증날 것 같긴 하다는데 아 샷이 잘 되다 보니까 말이 좀 많아지는 것 같기도 하고요.
Clustered on so many weird and wonderful angles. There's kind of danger everywhere you look.
Doesn't matter what you play.
네, 오래 쓴다고 시간. 조금은 그래도 어느 정도 물론 프리하게 하는 건 제가 알지만 그래도 좀 원래 컬링은 조금 시간 계측이 있기 때문에 메이저 대회에서는 그런 부분에 있어서 조금은 더 신경을 써줘야 되지 않나. 식사 메뉴까지 정하고 있는 거 아니냐고. 네.
To promote the redstone forward. Huge moment in this game. Potential 3-point swing, really, depending on the result of this shot.
믹스더블이었으면 벌써 끝났겠다 하셨는데 네, 뭐 상대적으로 믹스더블이 좀 빨리 끝나긴 하죠.
Jolene Campbell lines it up.
아, 네, 오엔드도 안 끝났습니다 아직.
Big sweep from Sarah. Line looks a little closer on this shot.
Trying to tap it straight back. That is pretty good.
네,
that
이러면
fantastic.
Tiniest of corners on the outside, but Unjung goes and chases shot rock. It's only going to be a shot for one, so job done for Jolene Campbell. Terrific little tap under pressure.
네, 파넨드 팀은 11엔드 경기 그보다 시간을 하셨는데 국제대회용은 아니다 캠벨 하셨는데 시간 때문에 아마 많은 분이 그러신 것 같고 네, 조금 근데 시간을 아껴 쓰는 방법을 조금 몸에 익히긴 해야 됩니다. 빅샷 봅니다. 오, 갑자기 암전 뭔가요? 이러면 아, 1점 스틸입니다. 네, 그래도 괜찮습니다. 네, 지금 네, 오엔드에 일단 균형이 맞춰졌고 근데 짝스엔드 후공이니까 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. 네, 뭐 기분이 당연히 좋지는 않지만 그래도 괜찮습니다.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
SwiftCurrent is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about SwiftCurrent is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Switzerland. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
SwiftCurrent is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Welcome back to Swift Current. It's the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown, the women's final. Jolene Campbell and Unjung Kim now deadlocked at 3 after that big steal of 1 in an enthralling 5th end. Team Kim carries Hammer here into the 6th, and I guess the good news for them, Sam, is giving up the steal. You've still got Hammer in the even ends tied up. So even though you'd be disappointed on the miss on the last rock of the previous end, after you take a breath and consider things, you're thinking, we've still got a pretty reasonable position in this game. We just have to execute.
That's exactly it. They're still statistically the favorites to win this game, and they have even ends with Hammer tied. So they're going to try and do their best at having a goldfish brain and forget about that end and focus on this one and scoring the deuce.
Try and forget all about the $16,000 at stake.
Probably doesn't help that they see the camera zoom in on it from time to time, maybe, but it's awesome from Nutrien Ag Solutions to make this event possible. So fantastically run event, great ice making, and a lot of great shot making by the teams. And 2 of the best women's teams in the event, both being undefeated in this final, and we're treated to a great final so far.
Shout out to Sarah Krim, setting up the end perfectly for Team Campbell. Got those stones lined up on the center. This one may clip that center guard. Actually push it onto the center line. They do manage to creep that stone onto the front ring, but Sion Young will not be happy with that shot.
She won't be happy. It was a great sweep just for that to touch the rings. It could be, that very well could be their second point or third point. So good sweeping to get it into the rings. But you're right, it's still advantage Team Campbell. They have a draw around 2 center guards to the top of the button, and they're going to be going hard for a steal just like they were in the 5th end.
Rachel Erickson trying to come around.
Sweeper's not liking it.
No, they backed right off. This one is heavy. We'll stick around in the back 8 foot, but that's about 4 feet more than they wanted. Cuts down the scoring area though for Unjung Kim. And she's seen enough.
Yeah, I think a pivotal point in
네, 지금
the fifth end is that Kim
하나 안에
did
들어가
field
있긴 한데
center guard as soon as she could have, and that really brought play into the
아,
lanes,
7시
into the
20분쯤
center,
시작했었나요?
and ended up being one of the reasons why they gave up the steal. Obviously, great shot making from Team Campbell, but not making the same mistake twice.
Go Heat Kim.
네, 맞고 필 성공하는 강릉시청.
Yeah, it looks like with them carving it, looked like they wanted to
아,
make it
좋습니다.
corner guard,
일단은 지금
but ends up rolling out.
Exactly, wasn't traditional super big peel weight. Stack him up, says Jolene Campbell. Asking for that card to be replaced, I think.
Yeah. Too early to go to the top 4 foot or top button.
네,
Right
뭐
now they're in a decent
캐나다 달러인지
situation. I think
미국
they're
달러인지 모르겠는데 아마 캐나다 달러겠죠? 한
probably
1,600만 원
2 or
정도
3
할
more
텐데.
times.
Particularly with the shot rock back button.
네, 갑니다. 지금
This guard needs to guard the red in the top 12 because that's their important shot.
오, 네, 혹은 넘었군요.
Do get it across the hog line, but they do not cover the stone in the top of the 12 foot. So it is accessible now for Eunjung Kim. And she's going to use the opportunity to deal with it right now. Team Kim, originally from the Korean city of Uiseong, they've now moved to Gangneung, which is the host city of the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. They enjoyed so much success.
I guess that makes a lot of sense. You get comfortable in the city that you're going to be playing your biggest games of your career in.
네, 맞고 아, 우리 거 맞았군요.
Spills.
그래도 괜찮습니다. 나가진 않았습니다. 1번은 상대 스톤이긴 한데 그래도 2개가 걸쳐 있고 3개까지도 걸쳐 있는 것 같기도 하고요.
They do have hammer here in 6. Are they just laying the trap here, Sam?
Yeah, for Team Campbell, it's tempting to eliminate some stones just because you're not down anymore. You're tied. You're okay with giving up 1. You can't give up 2 or 3. That most likely means you're going to lose the game. So very tempting to hit. I would be very tempted to throw a draw as well or a guard.
네, 현재 동점인 상황에서 6엔드.
But to my first point, I think they know that they're in a good spot. Why not eliminate 2 of the yellow stones and sit first and third shot after this?
Abby Ackland being asked to try the double takeout. On and off, she must be close.
네, 더블 테이크아웃에 성공합니다.
Yeah, they were actually trying to hit it thin enough
아직
where they would have rolled into second shot. They didn't quite do that, but still a great shot from Abby.
There is Abby. Going for the lip moisturizer. Can get pretty dry out there, especially here on the prairies.
She must have heard me when I said that she was losing the battle of the vices, because ever since I said that, she hasn't missed a shot.
Sam Steve turning it around for Abby Ackland.
지금 1번이 레드고 2번이 옐로우입니다. 그래서 일단 1번 스톤을 치려는 것 같습니다.
Making a play at the stone of the back 8, Sam?
Yeah, going to hit and sit 2. Try to roll behind the red in the top 12 foot. That center guard is so high, it's basically useless. You can throw a hack waiter around it and knows any stones, so it is a little bit of advantage for Team Kim
같이
right now.
나가면
Bit of an error there. Well, they do.
걸렸나요?
Third stone hang on.
헷갈리긴 한데 지금 일단은 2번입니다. 옐로우가.
Pushed it away from the rings. I don't know if it clung on the rings or not.
It does look in. Looks pretty close. So I'm gonna say it's in anyways.
That
Doesn't
stone is-
change. Sorry, doesn't
Yep.
change Team Campbell's shot.
네, 지금 100명 정도 보고 계신데
further ahead in the rings.
네, 많이 응원이 필요할 것 같습니다.
So you'd have to chalk that up as a miss for Kyung-ae.
네, 네, 그냥 치는군요.
Miss, and Sam, you've said throughout the semifinal and the final, Jolene Campbell and co. up till now have been very, very effective at punishing a miss. Once again, they do exactly that.
좋은
Get a
위치에 잘
perfect
갖다
roll
놓는
away from that
캠벨.
backstone, neutralizing it.
Yeah, my assumption is they've been doing that all week, all weekend long. If they're 6-0, they keep making that make after miss stat is at 100%. It feels like just incredible shot making. Does leave a freeze opportunity for Team Kim. This is a tough draw. You're playing really wide. This path probably has
더블 가자 했는데 더블 네. 더블의 가치가 좀 없다고 생각해서 아마 더블 안 치는 것 같고
He has to go quite wide around the pile. Try and hide behind some cover here. Keep a 2-end alive. This one is over.
예,
Curling. It's all over the front
가드성이 걸리면 안 되는데요. 일단 그래도 최대한 1번 쪽으로 네, 1번이긴 합니다.
rock position. So very well
근데
swept,
너무
but
좀 노골적으로 보이는 게 좀 그렇긴
The
한데
weight was pretty close, but it curled a little more than I expected, and that's what sometimes happens when you get into a little bit of a frostier spot on the sheet. Might pick up a little bit more curl.
So now the calculations for Jolene Campbell
네.
a little bit. Now it's a little bit less against defending against the two and a little bit more towards making the force tougher, obviously, but to get your roll into a
이게
decent
제거되면
place,
1점 딸 수밖에 없는 상황이네요. 일단은
Sam, you said off the top of the end.
실수가 나오지 않는 한은 1점을 따야 될 것 같습니다. 틴키 화이팅 힘내자 라고 쏘님
Both
해주셨고
teams want to score in this end. If you make this hit and roll, and
일본이
take the
진
edge of the
이유 중
fourth,
하나는 하나인데
Kim
뭐
will have no
아무래도
choice
로코
but to try and make
솔라레
the double. And even if she makes the double, she's not going to be shot rock unless she touches all three reds.
Jolene Campbell looking for the inside roll. There's the hit. There's the roll.
오 롤까지
Half behind the long guard.
앞에 가드가 있긴 합니다.
Brings the play into the button
1점은
area.
따겠지 했는데
Yeah, the way they called that
또
line
모르기
call
때문에 좀
looked like they were
집중력이 필요한
wanting to
시간대입니다.
draw, or wanting to hit and roll behind their center guard, not behind the rock in the top 12 foot. They didn't want to leave a triple, and that's what I
Right.
assume.
Yeah, no, they were absolutely asking Sarah to sweep for curl. So you're exactly right. They were looking for that long roll. Then Jung Kim saying, yeah, what if we just sit on top of it? Generate a 2 that way. Tiny little bump nudge. Brave call, but maybe the only one. But how do you get there?
Yeah, I think the shot is what they're tapping. with the
지금
room
두
break.
개가
I think
남았기
you
때문에
have to
좀
make
고민을
the
합니다.
hit and roll behind the red in the top 12 foot. That's probably your best chance of scoring 2.
일단 제거는 봐야
You
되고요
need to hit
무조건.
this stone. If you play the freeze, I mean, Jolene Campbell's probably just going to throw a guard up. So
This be one of these situations, Sam, considering we're playing in 6, where
2점을 노리고는 있는데
you want to kind of concede that you're not going to score.
툭 밀어내는 정도 안 되려나 했는데 그거보단 좀 스톤을 숨기고 싶어서 그런 것 같습니다.
So in terms of your leave on this one, it's as much about making sure that you can score as it is around getting cover and hoping that you can get a miss and score two.
Yeah, your main objective of this hit and roll is to be shot rock.
네, 김은정
Can't
선수의
hit
샷.
and roll out. If you hit and roll out, Team Campbell will have the opportunity to make a draw in the top 4 foot around their center guard.
Looking for the roll, but is it going to be too thin? Yes, it will. It's going to
오,
spill
이게 좀
across the top and roll out of the
센가요?
rings. That is a
아,
misread.
멀리 가면
And a huge opportunity now for Jolene Campbell to lock in the force. I'm really surprised by that. That's a major sweeping call error, I think.
Yeah, it's a missed line call. It looked like the skip and vice.
이러면 하나 더 들어오겠죠?
Did look like just a blatant miscommunication by the sweepers and the line callers. That looked, maybe it was a little heavy. Maybe they wanted board weight, and the line caller thought it was board, so they thought it was gonna.
아, 저 이러면 조금은 위험하죠.
Just a miscommunication and a big shot and a big moment.
강릉시청 보통 뒷심이 조금 강했던 팀으로 제가 많이 생각이 나는데 이번 대회에서는 살짝 네, 뒷심이 조금 뭔가 아쉬운? 오히려 초반이 좀 세네요.
Top 4 foot doesn't want to leave some kind of a crazy triple, but great opportunity now for Jolene.
네, 후지사 표정 네, 정신 놨었다고.
Yeah, if you can put this just biting top 4 foot, you'll make Team Kim throw the same kind of hack to board waiter for 1. And as we saw on her first rock, not an easy shot.
Keepers like the weight. Line reader likes the line.
Need
That's
1
an
point.
awfully good combination.
그렇죠.
Keeping it moving. This one's dragging down a little bit now. It's going to stay relatively high in the rings. They do get it in the rings for shot rock, and they do brush it nearly all the way to the 4 foot. Fully behind cover. That is an excellent
네.
shot from Jolene Campbell.
스티는 진짜 당하면 안 됩니다.
I see maybe
엔드 플랜도 꼬입니다.
It is a very high guard, but scary to chase. So it doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like they're going to try and draw the 4 foot. They're just trying to pick a path. It's interesting. Skipper already decided the draw, and the vice is
I'm throwing the draw.
still
Young
looking at the hit.
Young A wants to play the hit.
1점만이라도 내자 하셨는데
It's an interesting dynamic. Normally, if Skipper's made a decision, you kind of just go and hold the broom like you're supposed to as a vice, but looks like she won the argument.
Oh boy.
1점은 필요합니다. 최소 히트로 본 것 같은데요.
Settle in, folks. Fasten your seat belts. Game on the line here, I think. Jung Kim.
Yeah. I
Never
think the
crashed the
draw.
guard here.
Yeah.
Oh, now.
Skipper did
들어오나요?
not like the hit.
No.
You have to throw what you're comfortable with. She just missed
네,
that.
제발 다들 기도 메타가 됐네요.
She wants to throw the draw. If you get a bite of the 8 foot at least, you're only going to give up 1.
네, 김은정 선수 드로우로 바꿨습니다. 포푼만 뭐 완전히 물지 않고 닿기만 하면 됩니다.
Try and play the tap and the hit. You flick the top one, you drop 3, and you're wondering what the heck happened.
좀 약한가요? 이럴 때 스위퍼들이 좀 힘내줘야 됩니다.
Case, you drop 1, but sweeper's on it straight out of hand, and they are worried about this. By the guard, but this one
네,
was
지금
really
조금
light.
걸리나요? 걸리면 안 돼요. 걸리면 안 되는데요. 걸리면 안 되는데요. 맞고 가야 돼요. 맞고 1점 스틸입니다. 네, 연속 스틸 당하는 강릉시청인데 이러면은 엔드도 꼬였습니다. 7엔드 7엔드가 후공이면 8엔드가 점수를 딴다 해도 이제 8엔드가 조금 거시기 한데
Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer.
힘을 좀 내줘야 됩니다.
Platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social
지금 두 핸드 남았으니까
simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.
블랭크 해서 2점을 따든가 아니면은 2점을 따고 1점을 스틸하든가 뭐 아니면은 뭐 2점 따고 1점 주고 연장해서 이기던가 뭐 여러 가지 있는데 근데 블랭크 얘기하는데 2점을 딸 수 있으면 2점을 따는 게 맞죠. 블랭크는 우리가 의도한다고 블랭크가 되지 않습니다. 절대. 지금 블랭크 주면은 캠벨 입장에서 손해인 거 아는데 블랭크를 주겠습니까? 네, 블랭크는 이제 상황이 안 될 때, 2점이 못 딸 때 이제 되는 거고. 이게 그럴 때 있어. 아, 초반 핸드는 좀 깨끗하게 가자 했는데 상대가 센터 가드 세우면 의미가 없어지는 거거든요.
Welcome back to Swiftcurrent. It is the women's final. It has been an intriguing back and forth game. Jolene Campbell with back-to-back steals.
브리즈를 상대가 왜 이렇게 잘하냐고 또 얘기하는데 그쵸, 잘하죠 지금. 아, 이 사실 우승 후보의 팀으로 뽑히진 않는데 어쨌든 집어넣고 강릉시청은 하나 넣고 시작을 했고요. 힘내라 그만 쫄깃해도 되니까 승리를 쟁취해줘야 하셨고 팅키 화이팅 힘내자 할 수 있다 이렇게 하시고.
Yeah, I mean honestly it goes back to that stuffed blank attempt.
팀존이 질 때부터 우승은 팀킴 이랬는데 이래서 제가 늘 얘기하지 않습니까? 뭐 적기 이런 얘기 쓰면 안 된다고 하는 게 괜히 그런 게 아닙니다. 어디나 복병은 존재합니다. 3점 내면 최고입니다. 김초희 선수 얼굴 빨개지도록 지금 스위핑을 하고 있는데요. 네. 노틱존이 적용될 정도는 아니지만
One stone of Team Kim biting front forefoot, but overlapped guards all over the show, and so Jolene Campbell says to Rachel Erickson, "Let's hide one around the pile."
뭐 스위퍼들이 뭐 역할이 근데 닦아서 넣어주는 건데 뭐 사실 저도 불쌍하긴 하지만 뭐 어쩔 수 없죠. 역할이라는 게 있으니까. 네, 안타깝긴 하지만 너무 힘들어 보이는 것도 있지만 네 닦으니까 스위퍼니까. 이거는 또 걸렸나요? 네, 남은 EM도 집중해야 됩니다. 파이팅. 결승 이기면 전승 우승입니다. 양쪽 다 어디가 이기든. 이왕이면 우리가 이겼으면 좋겠는데요.
In the top 12 foot is very tempting to throw, but it just opens up the draw path for Team Campbell.
3점을 따는 게 제일 좋은데 그게 안 되면 블랭크 엔드 가주면 좋습니다.
Ping ping, take two reds out and remove at least one little bit of threat.
Well, for Team Kim, the end goal is
그냥 한번 갔으면 좋겠지만 일단은 앞을 비우는 선택을 먼저 하는 것 같고요. 네. 잘 제거했고요. 쭉 비어졌습니다.
is what their goal is right now.
Nice shot there by Cho Cho, as she known to her teammates. Cho Hee Kim.
Does leave
Very
a
good
staggered
result.
center guard though.
It is, but they do have their own stone behind it.
하나 더 붙이지 않을까 생각이 듭니다.
Multiple alive here for Team Kim. Team Campbell decides to go around as they are choosing to. They are accepting some risk. But as you said, Sam, Team Campbell, this is all about the force. May the force be with them.
Yeah, for Team Campbell, they want to force. I mean, they're okay with giving up 2.
뒤도 들어가는군요, 아예.
By Rachel there.
Absolutely. 3/4 buried as we look at it from the delivery end.
The nice thing for Team Kim, this red-yellow combo might jam on the
네,
right
일단
side
가드부터 좀
and
없애고
sit third
가나요?
shot. That's almost just like a cherry on top of your Sunday. It might not happen, but you would like it to.
Long sweeping right out of hand. This one is turned in. Blows it by.
아우.
It's no contact on the front stone, so they're
네,
shot
괜찮습니다.
five, but not a great throw there by Cho Kim.
I think a little early for this corner freeze call. Maybe would have liked a guard. If you ever miss this corner freeze wide, Team Kim's going to have a double to sit too.
We're down to thirds rocks now in the 7th end. That brings Abby Ackland into the hack.
하나 더 들어오나요?
Each to come.
This will be a really good outcome. If it's made perfectly, trying to hold the line.
앞쪽에 좀 붙이려는 샷인 것 같은데요.
Just let it sit. This one is walking
앞쪽에
over.
위치시킵니다.
But it does fully cover the yellow stone and hides a little tiny corner behind the yellow as well.
아직 서드샷, 스킵샷도 남았고 서드샷도 남아 있습니다.
Usable.
여기서 어떻게 할까요? 김은정 선수.
Does expose the shot rock slightly in the back of the button.
Yeah, I think Team Kim has 2 options here. You can play the hack waiter and hit and roll off the shot stone, or you could play the hack the board waiter.
고민을 좀 많이 합니다. 지금 계속해서 조금은 자신에 대한 확신을 못 가졌을 수도 있고요.
Getting to the point in the end where you're thinking blank doesn't feel very probable anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
If blank doesn't feel probable, do you kind of have to go all in for 2?
You do. You have to go all in for 2 or 3. I mean, 2's okay. You'd much rather score 3, obviously, but it's why they're discussing the tap on the shot stone. Really hard to play weight at that shot stone. That's why you always have to think what your problem stone is, and right now I think it is the rock in the top free guard zone. You could make the board waiter hit and roll and get that out of there and roll in to sit second and third shot. It would be a great outcome.
레드 일단 제거하나요? 프리즈는 아닌 것 같은데 부동을 잡은 걸로 봐서는.
It'll depend entirely on the way that Kyung-hae is going to throw here. Pretty firm. They're making a play at the shot rock. They just get it by. My goodness. Paper thin.
일단 빨간 스톤 하나 제거했고요.
Nerves of steel. Wow. And that does deserve the high five.
네, 스폰은 네, 저희 채널에서 보는 게 있으니까 컬링전 화면을 보고 하시는 분들은 조금 자제를 부탁드리겠습니다.
Abby Ackland now. Chance to play the come around. sweepers think the weight is all there. Not laying a brush to it yet. Oh no, they walk behind the stone. That's never a good sign. That tells you it's going to be
네,
sliding.
일단 T9 뒤로 가는데 오 이거 세죠 세죠 세죠.
All the way to the back 12 foot.
좋습니다.
So now the dynamics change yet again as the entire 8 foot is open for Eunjung Kim, and she's got hammer here in 7.
Yeah, interesting spot for Team Kim now. It's hard to put your Yellowstone in a good spot. Looks like they're playing the hit and roll on the one in the back 12 foot.
They will absolutely want to save the shooter this time, though, won't they? So they're going to widen the ice, and it's going to be quieter weight for Kyung-Hae Kim. To save the shooter to keep a 3 alive.
네, 김경희 선수 한 번 더 제거 갑니다.
No, they're worried about the line. This one is moving early. Quieter weight, of course, it's going to curl a lot more. They're by the red, but are they by the yellow? No, they clip it and they split. They do lie 1-2. Consolation prize.
좋습니다. 지금 일단 1, 2번 만들었어요.
Kind of working out for a miss. There's no double. Even if Jolene Campbell makes this hit and roll, they're probably not going to be shot rock. If they want to be buried, it's going to be close. So for a miss, that's going to work out for them, for Team Kim.
I think, and again, we gave credit to Team Campbell for an audible and a line read, and I've had to give the same credit to Team Kim on that one. They recognized that they were not going to get by that Yellowstone, and so they shifted gears and let it curl a bit more for the split. About a 4-foot roll here for Jolene Campbell.
At the start of the end, you're saying you're okay with giving up 2, so you have to play the hit. You could ignore it and draw the button, but not on your 7 rock. You can't give up 3, so have to play the hit and roll here.
Two acceptable, 3 is not.
네. 일단 하나 제거하면서 볼 텐데. 네, 슈터 나갑니다. 네, 시아님 말대로 좀 속도를 맞추실 분들 실시간 한번 눌러주시면 될 것 같고요.
Yeah, big opportunity for Team Kim. You put this in the full top 8 foot. You're gonna have a good chance of taking 3. Right now, that run back from the red to the yellow and the side of the 4 foot is there. You can see enough of it. But if you put this rock in the full 8 foot buried, you're gonna take away the run back as well.
강릉시청 이 기회를 잡아서 2점 이상 득점할 수 있어야 돼요.
Exactly where they want this one to come to rest. So Kyung-Hae with her brush on front button. Maybe they're thinking more sitting alongside.
네, 상금 자주 보여주네요.
What's at stake here? Nutrient Ag Solutions Western Showdown.
아, 제가 실시간 눌러야 되네.
Big shot for Eunjung Kim. Trying to set up a 3. Seon Young jumped it right out of hands. I think she thinks it's light.
Yeah, sweepers haven't even looked up yet, so big sweep to get this into the full 8 foot.
maximum effort from
들어가야 됩니다. 들어가야 돼요. 들어가야 돼요.
coast and wrapping it around the red. Do they get it for second shot?
아, 이러면
No, it's really close. I don't think they got it there. Splittable, but I
incredible
don't think it's second shot. It was a terrific sweep. Absolutely. Sonny just jumped it right out of hand and never looked up. They did incredibly well to drag it as far as they did.
I don't think it changes Jolene's shot. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it changes Jolene's shot. I think Jolene Campbell just plays the double now, even if they aren't. They have to hit that stone because, like you said, it is splittable. So hit what you can see. Get rid of both yellows.
Stone needed another 4 feet of weight to hide. It is open. And a great chance here for Jolene Campbell to get herself out at the end with a double takeout.
She's been making these all day long. Chance to do it again.
일단
Jolene Campbell lining it up.
과연 더블을 노리는지. 아, 좋습니다. 이러면은 아니 노란색 남죠? 이러면 그냥 드로우 하면 됩니다. 이번에 실수 없이 드로우 좀 해줬으면 좋겠어요. 다행입니다.
Cho Hee have caught their breath after sweeping coast to coast on the last one, because this is crucial.
Yeah, the main objective of that shot was to at least eliminate one stone. It sucks.
네, 이번엔 실수 없이 2점 따서
Didn't make the double.
역전을 성공해야 됩니다.
An acceptable result, only giving up two.
Definitely added weight for this one. Sweepers are saying it's got plenty. Needs a piece of the 8-foot.
강릉시청에 드로우 뒤에 스톤 쪽으로 갑니다. 아, 좋습니다. 이렇게 되면서 일단 1점 앞서 갑니다. 운영 잘하면은 이거 팟핸드에서 스틸 나올 수 있거든요, 충분히. 네, 이제 강릉시청도 좀 공격적으로 하긴 할 거예요, 이게.
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
아마 일단 가드 잘 세우고 하다가 안 되면 이제 1점만 주는 작전으로 좀 펼치겠죠. 좀 제가 공격적으로 했는데 공격적인 게 아니라 좀 수비적으로 할 거예요. 근데 그게 웅크리는 수비적인 것보다는 아마 약간은 공격을 하는 수비 느낌으로. 네, 하나 넣고 시작을 또 했군요. 2점이 필요하기 때문에 상대는 당연히 가드를 했고요.
Let them know we have got an absolute barn burner going on here in Swift Current. This one is going to go all the way down to the wire. Jung Kim scoring 2 in the 7th. Jolene Campbell.
네, 저도 1점 스틸했으면 좋겠습니다.
In the 8th, it is the classic situation for all the marbles here in Swift Current. Hans Raunlaub along with Sam Steep. That's what's on the line, 16 grand. We're heading for a fantastic finish here, Sam, and anybody's guess who's going to walk away with the big check.
Yeah, the momentum has flip-flopped all game long. We've been treated to an incredible game. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves at home. Thank you to Nutrient Ag Solutions for making this event possible. There's been incredible curling all weekend long.
맞고 벌려주는데
This game 6-0. Just like the classic Thunderdome, 2 come in, 1 come out. Only one team is going to walk off the ice unbeaten, and the champions in here in Swift Current. Who's it going to be? Who do you like, folks? Who's going to take it out?
네, 할 수 있다. 네, 강릉시청 할 수 있습니다. 지금 일단 이것만 제거 똑바로 해주면 됩니다.
Was a little heavy, but it knocks that yellow outside of being buried and really opens up that scoring area. For Team Campbell, they want to score 2 for the win, obviously, but they can't get boxed out.
되죠? 이러면 안 돼요. 안 되는데 이러면. 우리 가드에 맞았어요. 좋지 않습니다. 이러면. 센터가 막혀 있어야 뭐 스틸을 하든 뭘 하든 하는데 일단 센터가 열렸습니다.
Big decision here for Team Campbell. They obviously want to have 2 red rocks in the rings by the end of this shot, but where do you put it so you don't leave an easy double?
She was looking at the split with the red. Maybe 2 and 3.
It's tempting to hit the yellow stone because the way the end looks, you're not going to give up a steal often. There's no center guards.
네, 정줄 잡자 하셨는데 캠벨은 치고 사이드 빼나요?
Kim decides to make the double after this is made. You'll have a draw around a corner guard.
Let's listen in as Abby makes her way up to have a chat.
힘들겠지만 조금 더 힘 내주세요 했고 진짜 중요할 때긴 했죠. 좀 아쉬운 샷이긴 했지만 네, 아직 남아있는 샷 많습니다. 또 조금 모여서 얘기를 하는 것 같죠?
Everyone has a stake in the decision, so everybody's up to have a chat. Can't overthink this one.
네, 파랜드 진행 중이고 지금 경기 시작된 지는 한 2시간 10분이 넘어갔고요.
Cleans the path all the way back to the hack. And this was the call that you liked originally, Sam.
Yeah, it's absolute. I think it's the absolute right call. If you play a split on your red, you could easily just group up your red stones and Team Kim makes a double and all of a sudden your chance for
일단 제거 보죠.
is out the window. Make this hit and roll over. You're sitting in a really good spot.
Rachel Erickson.
제거하면서 어디에 세우느냐도 좀 중요할 것 같은데 더블이 좀 용이한 데 서줬으면
Hurling across nose, so it's a bit of an audible. They're going to try and take the roll the other way. Hides about.
아직 스톱 많습니다. 충분히 해결 가능하셨는데, 네.
Unfortunately, Team Campbell, barely makeable double takeout if when Jung Kim decides she wants to play it.
Yeah, it is
Lining it
pretty
up.
makeable. It's not the easiest. You're gonna roll your shooter to the other side of the 8-foot, and Team Campbell will just say.
네, 힘내자 팀킴 우승 가자 해주셨고, 네, 일단 더블 보나요?
Advantage Team Campbell, even if this is made.
강릉시청 할 수 있습니다.
Johi Kim trying to remove a couple of red stones here. Sweeping for curl. That has to curl to make
네,
it.
맞고 좋습니다. 네, 이렇게 더블 테이크아웃에 일단 성공합니다.
And just as you said, Sam said, "Yep, nice shot. We're going around the corner." So he accepts the high five for the double takeout, but Jolene Campbell saying,
아, 좋아요.
"In the wings, and I'm going to hide one."
Yeah, an incredible shot. Don't want to take that away from Team Kim, but yeah, if this is made, Team Kim's gonna have
더블에
to make a couple of
성공했다는
run backs to get out
강릉시청인데,
of this end.
네. 이걸 제거보다는 지금 어떻게든 이 점을 따겠다 이런 느낌이고요. 오, 좀 실수가 나옵니다. 이제 조금 멘탈적으로 조금 그런가요?
Usable front ring, but not what they were looking for by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, obviously you don't want to miss your last out of the game, but it does work out a little bit. You roll into the rings, you still have corner guards, and Team Kim's forced to hit this.
They're just going to peel this off, or are they thinking about leaving it on the nose or rolling it somewhere useful? What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, you want to be able to make the
네,
hit
좋습니다.
on top of your shot stone. If you can roll over and guard shot rock, then could be a momentum change in this end.
There's the hit. Rolls across a bit too far, but just tucks underneath that corner guard on the left-hand side. We're flying two, but once again, Jolene Campbell ignoring, saying we've got to get something under cover here.
일단 현재 상황 괜찮습니다.
Abby's turn to make the run back, or to make the draw around the corner guard. With Rachel's rock moving the corner guard a little bit over more, it does make the run back for Team Kim harder, bringing that red in the corner of your screen into play. So if this draw is made, you don't need to be shot rock. If this is made well, then Team Kim will have no choice but to make a freeze. Abby Ackland.
이번에도 사이드로 가나요?
Room, so don't have to worry about wrecking the guard here. Needs to curl. And wants some cover. Sweeper's not laying a brush to it yet. Well by the guard. Now it's going to make a late move. Take it deep and try and get some kind of protection from the guard.
하드엔드에서 블랭크 핸드 가면은 끝나는 거죠. 동점이니까. 아, 동점이 아니니까. 강릉시청의 승리도 끝나는 거죠.
Two-thirds open.
점수를 못 따면 동점이 아니기 때문에. 그러니까 블랭크를 할 이유가 없는 거죠, 당연히.
Saw her play a quiet weight hit in the previous end that was a little bit light and over curled. So she'll be looking to make a little bit of a weight adjustment on this shot.
네, 당연히 점수 변동이 없으면 저희가 이기죠.
Young taking no chance with that corner guard, just trying to keep
그쵸,
it.
제거하러 갑니다.
Clear the corner guard and roll away from it. That's a good read.
이렇게 하다 보면은
Didn't want to nose it, and they don't, obviously. I still think Team Campbell needs to draw around the corner guards. They won't be first or second, but you need to think 2 points here, or at least have a shot for 2 points.
이거 내보내고 슈터도 같이 나가자 하셨는데 일단은 안 나갔고.
Once more into the well for Abby Ackland.
한 번 더.
One around the corner guard. Would only be third shot. maybe second shot at best.
가드를 이용합니다. 그러니까 어떻게든 2점을 따겠다는 의지예요, 이건.
Two that they need to win this game and take the championship.
This needs to curl a lot.
계속 좀 바깥쪽인가요?
Gonna drag it as far as they possibly can, but that is at least 3/4 of rock width past the guard.
그쵸, 붙이는 게 쉽지 않아요.
Fairly wide open for Team Kim. Weight was good. Just the
네,
line.
계속해서 보이는 위치에 있다 보니까 괜찮네요.
Going to be tough to score two now for Team Campbell.
So where's a good leave here for Eun-jung as she's thinking about this hit? And that is what's at stake. 16 big ones.
다 보이기 때문에
Yeah, a good leave is hitting and rolling right where the broom is.
치면 됩니다.
You don't want to roll too far, just because if you create a pocket, not the greatest. It is skip stones, but if you can hit and roll right to where the broom is, no easy hit for Team Campbell. Just
이렇게
you cut the
스틸로
draw path off. So
끝났으면 좋겠는데
important shot.
Young taking charge on the sweep.
김 선수 맞고 그렇죠, 센터로 와야죠. 그렇죠. 좋습니다.
Still pretty darn good.
Yeah, just rolled a little bit too far because now Team Campbell can play the back line, hit and roll under those rocks in the top 8-foot.
네, 돈 쓰러 담자 하셨는데 상금이 또 꿀만 아니겠습니까?
Tough to just draw there. Is makeable though.
강릉시청도 가도이자가 이어서 나왔기 때문에 조금 힘들 텐데
The front 8-foot effectively is guarded.
금융치료 받아야죠.
They're just checking to see if we come all the way to the back stone. Are we actually shot?
드로우가 아니고 붙이는 샷인가 아니면 드로우인가요?
Looks like there is enough room to just draw at the back 4-foot.
이제 2개 남은 팀 캠벨, 그리고 이제
Still be shot rock.
강릉시청은 이거 던진 이후에 하나 남았습니다.
It'd be a tough run back for Team Kim.
Jolene Campbell has had such a fantastic weekend.
지금은 일단 좀 욕심을 내네요. 그러니까 후공을 못 가져가면 좀 진다는 생각이 깔려 있는 것 같습니다.
That would be an unbelievable climax to what has been a tremendous weekend.
저희에겐 좋을 수도 있고요, 이런 자세가.
Tough shot here though.
Yes, this would be the best skips deuce of the weekend.
네, 화이팅입니다.
If the last two shots
강릉시청
are made
화이팅.
with a Kim miss.
Silence descends in swift current. This is a huge, huge moment in this women's final. We are so glad you're with us. It has been a fantastic game, and Jolene Campbell now trying to get to the back stone to set up potential game-winning two.
들어오는 샷인데 앞이 막히면 최고의 샷일 수도. 건드리나요? 플랜 B 가동하죠. 좋습니다. 일단 걸렸기 때문에 강릉시청 레드 제거하면서 딱 그 앞쪽 막으면은 좀 낫지 않을까요? 팀킴 우승 가자 하시고.
If you can hit and roll to where the broom is, just bite the center line. You take away the hit, and you make her draw the edge of button.
그쵸, 치고 센터 놓으면 스티커 약간 앞 그 길목만 막아주면 됩니다. 뭐 완전 센터까지도 필요 없어요. 살짝 막고 약간만 어느 쪽으로 와서 길목 막아준다면 스틸 가능할 것 같습니다. 김은영 선수 거의 다 왔어요. 마지막 힘내줬으면 좋겠습니다.
Nearer to the center line. Will leave a very difficult final shot for Jolene Campbell to force an extra.
김은영 선수는 마지막 샷을 던졌고 맞고 네 아예 오른쪽 라인은 보여줬고 그냥 드로우를 줬습니다. 그냥
This
아예
end did not look good for them early on, but they made every single shot after second stones and forced Jolene Campbell to draw button for the tie.
지금 드로우가 세면은 이제 스틸을 할 수 있고요. 일단 할 만큼 했습니다. 일단 약간 좀 많이 오는 쪽으로 와서 중앙이 열려 있는데 드로우를 줬는데 과연 네 캠벨의 마지막 샷 이번 경기의 마지막 샷이 될지 어떻게 될지 일단 봐야 됩니다. 어떻게 될까요? 너무 세죠? 세면 좋습니다. 이렇게 강릉시청이 우승하면서 2023 웨스턴 쇼다운 대회 강릉시청 우승으로 마무리합니다. 네, 그랜드 슬램을 앞두고 한 대회에서 우승을 하면서 네, 앞으로 있을 네, 이제 이번 주에 있을 네. 지금 손 흔들어 주는데요. 아마 팀원들 하는 것 같고 좋습니다. 전승 우승으로 마무리하면서 그랜드 슬램에 대한 기대를 높입니다. 네, 좋습니다. 강릉시청 네 마지막까지 멋진 경기 보여줬고 정말 좀 쫄리는 경기 네. 어쨌든 좋습니다. 이렇게 해서 네 웨스턴 쇼다운 대회는 강릉시청이 우승했다는 소식 알려드리면서 네 또 이번 주에 있을 그랜드 슬램은 또 뭐 결제하신 분들은 또 보시는 분들 있을 텐데 네 강릉시청 축하와 함께 그랜드 슬램 대회도 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 그리고 강릉시청 경기도청 없지만 회장배 전국 컬링 대회도 엠스프에서 방송하니까요. 네, 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 또 계속해서 이벤트들 있으면 저희도 네, 잘 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 이제 또 언제 돌아올지 모르겠지만 뭐 그랜드 슬램 수요일부터인가요? 지금 조금 약간 정신이 없어가지고 어쨌든 이번 주에 합니다. 네 이번 주에 하기 때문에 어쨌든 강릉시청은 포인트적으로도 많은 이득이 됐을 대회인 것 같습니다. 네 어쨌든 이렇게 아침까지 이렇게 봐주신 분들 감사드리고 그래도 우승으로 마무리해서 너무 좋네요. 네 이제 마무리하고 저희는 다음 이벤트에 또 금방 있겠죠? 네 최대한 빠른 시일에 찾아뵐 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 네 계속해서 컬링 이벤트들 많은 관심 부탁드립니다. 회장배 전국 컬링 대회도 MBC 스포츠 플러스에서 중계 예정이니 그것도 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 이제 컬바로 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. 네 컬바
a confidence booster going into the late half of the season.
Fantastic performance from a fantastic team, capping a perfect weekend. 7-0. Team Kim are the women's champions in Swift Current. Congratulations also to the runners-up, Team Jolene Campbell, who played a fantastic final. But it is Team Kim the champions. And
죄송합니다. 광고가 나와서 제가 껐는데 네, 지금 네, 시상식이 있어서 이거 보여드리고 종료하도록 하겠습니다.
Terrific performance. They are the champions in Swift Current. Championship Sunday. What's been a terrific weekend. Team Kim, champions of the women's event.
Yeah, congratulations, and a huge shout out to Nutrient Ag Solutions, a huge shout out to all the ice makers, all the competitors that came to Swift Current, and everybody watching and watching the curling stadium and watching the YouTube streams. It's been an incredible weekend.
Weekend to remember for Team Kim. And they've had so much success. And you add to that success here in Swift Current.
Also a shout out to Team Schwaller for winning the men's side. They were a C event qualifier. They had to play a lot of events or a lot of games to make this final. Like, what a grind for them. And a great win for them as well.
Absolutely, both Team Schwaller and Team Brunner.
네, 또 시그니처 포진 별 세레머니, 강릉 개별 세레머니 네, 보여줍니다.
The crew from Gangneung. Happy smiles, understandably so.
네, 후련하게 우승 세레머니 하면서 저거 들고 찍나요 또?
Women's champions and men's champions here in Swift Current. So that will do it for us. Thank you ever so much for joining us from all around the world for what has been a fantastic weekend of curling. For Sam Steep, I'm Hans Fraunlaub. Congratulations to Team Kim, women's champions, and so long for all of us from Swift Current.
네, 시상식도 아마 끝나지 않았나 싶고요. 이제 광고가 또 나오는 것 같은데, 네, 시상식이 끝난 것 같습니다. 네, 어쨌든 시상식까지 제가 잠깐 네, 종료를 하려다가 네, 시상식 한다고 채팅 보고 다시 켰는데요. 네, 어쨌든 네, 강릉시청 우승 지켜봐 주셔서 감사드립니다. 네, 다시 한번 또 인사드리도록 하겠고요. 네, 최대한 빠른 이벤트가 있으면 그걸로 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 네, 컬바.